Are we working? We're working, mother bitches. Hello, everybody. I'm here. There's a fucking moth in here with me. He has to make his guest appearance. Anyways, fuck that moth. They're harmless. They're actually a little too harmless because, I mean, if there's one on your arm and you fucking rub it the wrong way, that you'll like dematerialize and they turn to dust. They turn to dust. One sec, guys. Somebody asked me once, like, do you do any of your videos or streams sober? Nope. Never one. I've never done one video. Have I done one where I wasn't high? Oh, maybe there might have been a couple actually, because there was times where I took tolerance breaks. But overall, yeah, no, I always get high before making a video or well, during the videos. Lately, during the videos, it's just it makes me more talkative. To be honest, or more creative. You know, it turns on the creative part of my brain. What up, T? You know, dude. Um, there's the dilemma or the issue. Well, two dilemmas. So the first one is, I think I may have mentioned this before. The first dilemma or issue with humanity, well, too, is you can't get them to come together. They're too divisive and animalistic and primitive. And on top of that, if you did get them to come together, that would actually just make everything worse. Isn't that weird? So, again, this is something, so I may have mentioned this because these are the things I think about. So, in psychology, there's two different types of psychology. There's one on one person psychology and group psychology because humans behave different in groups. Me too. I noticed my behavior changes in a group. Like, when people come together, I may like get giddy or excited and start acting sort of silly, or because I get excited, I have to dial it back. But even my behavior changes from a one on one perspective talk, my behavior changes to being in a group. And everybody's behavior changes when they get in a group. But if you've noticed, the only fruit that groups produce are either cults, religions, or chaos, pure chaos. And no matter what, if you bring 10 people together, even if you bring the 10 sweetest kind, you'd have to go out of your fucking way to find the 10 sweetest, kindest, golden girls type of old ladies, probably, and bring 10 of them together to get it to where they could all just get along. Because fucking 10 times out of 10, Bill's gonna hate Sean because he don't trust that guy. The way he talks, he just rubs me the wrong way. There's always chemistries, but it always produces chaos. Always, I don't like this guy. It never produces the opposite of that: peace, harmony, prosperity, abundance. It never produces something angelic or beautiful. This moth is gonna fucking be in this video the whole time just to fuck with me and distract me. It's fine. I don't know how it appeared. It appeared the second I started recording, though. But just when when you bring them together, you can't bring them together. That's first problem, and then the second problem is that even if you did, because they all have chemistry and people would just rub people the wrong way. I have this too. There's certain YouTubers people tell me are great. I can't watch them. They rub me the wrong way. It's a fucking chemistry thing. And so that's why this is never going to like work or happen correctly. It's literally programmed into the fucking simulation that it can't work out. Do you understand what I'm saying? What up, Shengale? I need to just stream at fucking like 3 in the morning and everybody will show up. Well, I got 3 streamers. I got 3 people watching, dude. I'm thinking I'm talking to a crowd. I forgot I'm streaming at fucking like 4 in the morning. There should only be 2 people there. Yo, Mandela effect with that word, mobs. What do you mean? With what word? Mobs? Like in WoW, when you say there's a pack of mobs up here, what do you mean that's Mandela affected now? What's the word now? It's always been mobs to me. Dilemma. Oh yeah. It used to have an N in it, didn't it? Dilemma. Actually, well, I don't know. I'm not the best speller in the world, anyways. Honestly, without spell correct, I would fuck up words all the time. But I do always type that and have to get it spelled correct. I wasn't. There was an N in there. I'm pretty sure there. It was like dilemna, like an N-A on the end. I remember, but or was it? Wasn't it? Am I crazy? But anyway, it doesn't matter. No mobs to the thing with 10 people. Oh yeah. They become like mobs. Oh yeah. They create chaos, violence, bad chemistry. It's just like, man, well, why isn't humanity programmed where the more they come together and the more you bring them together, the more peaceful and harmonic, you know what I'm saying? It becomes. The grass grows greener, the fucking flowers bloom, like people come together and people's ailments start healing. Nothing good ever happens in this place. And it's literally programmed to keep it nasty. Ugh, God, I hate this reality. Can you guys hear me all right? My mic's like far away. I started it for some reason like an idiot, and my mic's like hella far. Can you guys hear me good? The I in Popeye cartoon is dilemma. Okay, good. Just, man. I hate this reality. Sometimes, I mean, I understand why people get away from these truths. These truths literally eat you. They eat you. They're so, it's almost like dread or like existential dread. The feeling of some of these truths when you realization, when you come to them, the hopelessness that comes with man, it's broken and it's programmed to be that way. So it's not broken. It's programmed correctly. But that tells you the agenda of whoever programmed it. Don't give a fuck about how we experience it, the poor human subjects in its fucking bizarre experiment. Sounds okay. Thank you. When lies run the world, Almighty wins. I hope so. Uh, when lies run the world, because I'm sick of this fucking reality. This place is hell. It's a misery pit of suffering and struggling and worrying and depressing and I just man, I just am I negative? I pessimistic maybe? What up, proxy? You know, am I fucking pessimistic or am I just super realistic, honest, logical, brutally honest? It just we can't fix this shit, guys. It's unfixable. And well, what am I really saying is that there's nothing to fix. It's programmed exactly right. It's just we are in an unfortunate situation. So we think, well, we got to fix this and we got to reprogram it, and something's wrong. It's like, no, you can't. That's the way it's programmed to be. That's the way it's programmed to be. You can't reprogram reality. Or maybe you can. I mean, I don't know. Dude, maybe there is a way to. I don't know. I'm saying I don't have the power to do it, and I don't have the know-how to do it. Um, and would you want to? I don't know. Some people would rather say just unplug the machine. There's too much unnecessary suffering for this experience. It's not just in the human fucking kingdom, it's in the animal kingdom. And there's so much gore, misery, and suffering. And for no fucking reason. Again, like things are, well, oh no, they got to survive. That's why they ripped out that other thing's guts that was also trying to survive. Well, that doesn't justify. It's like, well, why not? Well, because that thing dies anyways. It's not like that thing's death gave it permanent life. It gave it a temporary fix. It's got to do that again soon. This reality literally devours itself. It's programmed to devour itself. You can't see the programmers are evil or the God or creator of this realm. And Christians really, or we'll just say religious people. I shouldn't say Christians because Christians are, I mean, yeah, that doesn't matter. I single them out because I'm American. Those are probably the most common. But, religious people really go out of their way to not talk about this kind of shit, to not answer think about and answer these kind of questions. Um, and now it's getting so bad that even they're becoming like a sort of Gnostic version of what they used to be. Like Christians are now even saying, no, 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 this is this is the bad God's realm, and and it's like, bro, what, how, and you're gonna worship that thing? Okay, so imagine if I was your dad and I put you into a fucking cage with a hungry Wolverine. And every time he gets hungry, he doesn't kill you because then his food supply runs dry. But every week he takes a chunk of you off, we'll say. And I'm just like chilling there next to the cage, going, I love you though, boy. Don't worry. I love you. I love you. And you're in the cage getting ripped up by this demon. And it's like, oh, dude, why are you doing this to me, man? I love you. I love you. Don't worry. And he's like, it's not me though. It's not me. It's the guy that's in the cage with you. It's like, dude, is your God sadistic and evil? Like, what are you saying to me right now? Like, oh, it's not God. It's the bad guy. It's like, or political analysis. What up, Lizard? Lizard Hunter. Welcome to the stream, Lizard. What are you doing? Wait, what do you mean? Or political? What do you mean by that? Or political analysis? I don't know. It's out of context for me. But yeah, it's just it's programmed to be fucked up. Imagine a realm like that being created by a loving God. I don't know. He did it to grow you, or this is a school. It's like, oh, this okay. This reality is a school. Okay, let's talk about this, dude. So, um, you guys ever hear about pediatrics? This is a specialized form of the medical system that deals specifically with dying babies, like 1-year-olds that get brain cancer, kids that just got their fucking head smashed in by a violent father or something, and they need help. Burned kids. This is the unit you work in if you want to watch babies die. Now, if I have to say anything more than what I just said to prove this ain't a school, you're a fucking retard. You are a fucking retard. You don't think, you can't use logic. You don't have a brain inside your head to go, huh, that doesn't make any sense. And when something doesn't make any sense or doesn't add up, you should dismiss it, not gaslight for the lying demon god that you worship on the other people. That's evil. What you're doing is actually evil. You think you're saving souls? Like, no, you're not. You're recycling souls. This reality is more like a torture chamber than a school. Like, what kind of school? What school? What school would you ever drop your kids off at? Where at the entrance of the school, as they're walking through, spikes come up randomly, and you're seeing other parents crying in their cars like, no, Joshua, and they just watch their kid fucking get spiked, speared. First off, what normal human being would drop their kid off at that school and not start immediately homeschooling their kid? Second off, if you did, okay, Billy, good luck. Would you call that a school or a fucking obstacle, a fatal obstacle course? Like that game. You guys remember that game Gladiators, where motherfuckers used to beat each other up with like big foam fucking Q-tips and shit? Like that, but fatal. Like when you get knocked off by fucking Gladiator Adonis, you fall into an acid pit. Like, you don't fall onto big soft fucking memory foam. You fall into a pit of fucking hungry alligators, and there's ropes and you have to grab them before they get you. This isn't funny. This reality is sadistic and evil and sick, and I have to laugh or I will lose my mind. It's actually true, dude. It's funny. I remember I remember adults doing that, like going into fits of laughter, saying, if I don't laugh, I'll lose my mind. I actually know how they feel. What up, Twisted? I can't sleep, but must be at work by 8. Gosh, I hate my life sometimes. Ugh. It's interesting because your body, isn't it weird the way these spells are casted onto you? So it's like your body needs sleep. So it's going to keep you awake when you need sleep. Your brain does all this because it's for you in some bizarre reality. Um, it's going to keep you awake when you need sleep, but then during the day you have zero energy, and you got to sit there and drink fucking caffeine after caffeine after caffeine. I drink a lot of coffee. Some people drink fucking Monsters and all them energy drinks and all that shit. And it's like, motherfucker, you got all this extra energy when I'm trying to go to sleep, but during my day, you got me so damn tired, I fucking can't even barely stay awake. Fuck you. Is this motherfucker working for me or against me? This brain thing. The brain's a fucking tool that casts spells on you, bro. That's what it actually is. It's a tool used by entities to cast spells onto you. The brain and the body. Yeah, man, it makes no sense. Insomnia makes absolutely no sense. If the brain needs sleep, motherfucker, let me sleep. Why won't you turn off? You know what I'm saying? It literally works against you. Yeah, it's crazy. Addiction works against you. It's addiction's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I brought that up 100 times on here before. Addiction makes absolutely no sense. The arguments I'm regurgitating. I'm not saying any new, I'm not saying anything new. This reality is a fucking simulation. If you can get past that, truth wise, I'd love to hear about it. But yeah, it's just addiction. The argument that like somebody in a psychology class, your professor is going to tell you as to why people get addicted. It's like, oh, your brain has reached a new dopamine high, and now it needs you to take that drug to get there again. It's like, that's bullshit. First off, because I experienced euphoria, which I don't know what drug to relate that to, but it was the most high I've ever felt. And I got that from a meditation once. A euphoria. It lasted about 10 seconds, but man, it felt like, I don't know how to explain it. It felt like pure ecstasy or heaven, just how I would imagine heaven felt. That's what euphoria feels like. It feels like heaven, but I felt that from a meditation. I never felt a drug that made me feel like that. Even that Oxycontin thing that had me fucking drooling or whatever, bro. That shit fucking didn't even feel like the euphoria felt. So that tells me the brain's toying with me, because the brain could actually get me way higher, and it's the one that creates the dopamine. It's the one that affects all the chemicals based on how I'm going to feel today. Some days I wake up and I'm actually happy to be alive, sort of. Other days I wake up and I fucking I can't even get out of bed almost. Can't even get out of bed. You can say, oh, it's like medical depression. It's like, well, chemicals. It's chemicals. My brain's tormenting me. I didn't ask for any of this. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm subjected to it. It's just like the brain is a tool to cast spells on you, bro. Addiction's one of them spells. It's like, and when I say a spell, what do I mean? I mean, like, it's not you that, well, no, I always say this. No addict wants to be an addict. Every single one of them wishes they could walk away today, right? Everybody that's on crack, heroin, meth, fucking dirty drugs or whatever, like every single one of them, pill heads or whatever, every one of them wishes they could drop it and walk away right now. And not one of them can. And what I think that is fucking the gamers, the entities. I call them gamers, bro. I'll call them gamers. They play humanity. That's what they want. They want you to get high. They want you. They don't give a fuck about you. Your body to them is sort of a vehicle or something to use up. The human is the we are the tool that's being played. I mean, I hate to say that. I know people hate to say that, but they're into all kinds of weird shit. They love killing people, like first-person shooters. They love first-person shooters. That's why war is constantly perpetuated. They need to be able to jump in there and get that excitement off. They game us. What are thoughts? Who sends them? That's a great question. And Lizard, let me ask you this too. Have you noticed that when you're trying to meditate, I now recognize most thoughts aren't my own? Absolutely. I would say 90% of the thoughts that go through your head are not yours. They're projected in. Um, so think about this too. If you want to meditate, everybody's different. Some people can get into a meditative state in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. For me, it takes me a minute. It takes me a minute. I got to fucking sit there and calm down and breathe. And again, a young, abused, traumatized kid. I understand now why I am this way. Blah, blah, blah. It all makes sense. But I'm just saying, it takes me a long time to get out of fight or flight mode to get into a meditative state. Some people can do it in 10 minutes. But what is it? It's really you boring to death the things that are in your head sending thoughts in. So if you imagine them all sitting in a room, okay, so imagine your head is a theater to them. They come in and there can be 5, 10, 50, it can be 20 of them all sitting in this room like a theater, watching your life through your eyes. They can motivate you, whisper sweet nothings into you to sort of play the game. They watch it and play it at the same time. When you go to meditate, they don't stop. They're like, fuck that. Get up. Think about the garbage. Think about the garbage. Hey, fuck that. Don't think about that. Fuck all this meditation shit. Hey, man, you remember that time that guy at work was talking shit to you? Who does that motherfucker think you should beat that dude? Your brain just starts throwing you just dumb shit that you, right? Because you're trying to meditate. The real you's trying to meditate and be left alone. Does the mind work for you or against you? Well, in this case, it's working against me. I want it to shut up, but it won't. And then some scientists just say, "Oh, this is a survival." Man, get the fuck up out of here, bro. You're not in a bad, right? You're behind a locked door. You're safe. You're in the security of your own home trying to meditate. You're not out meditating with your eyes closed in the middle of the fucking Amazon. It's not a survival thing. That's an excuse. Most time when people are meditating, there's no threat. It's like, dude, you guys just say shit all the time. Shut the fuck up. But it ain't us that sends the thoughts. It's us that receives them. But yeah, we're sort of like theater heads being played. They see the game through our eyes. And they fuck with us. If you struggle with motivation, they love making you unmotivated and focused on other things. They love tormenting humans, use and abuse you. If they're a first-person shooter gamer, they don't care if you get murdered in the process. Maybe they're not even necessarily in a hurry to watch you get murdered. Maybe they want you to live through this and be some sort of hero or something. If you die, to them, it's just another body. They'll jump into another one. It don't matter to them. They use and abuse us. If they can get high on a heroin 1 trillion times and turn 100 humans into junkies that ended up dying early, they don't care. They'll use up the human bodies. They don't give a fuck about us. We're a game to them. If you want, let's say like this, if you wanted life to work out for you financially, you better become a weirdo or a creep or evil and start doing nasty shit, because for some, they feed off that. They love that kind of shit. And they'll make the same way that they'll make the reality work out against you. If you're somebody like me that wants to speak out and expose all this shit, is the same way they'll make the reality work for you. If you're somebody that loves to degrade humans and torment people and feed off human suffering, that puts them higher on the leaderboard. This is a game to them. And again, look at the fruit of what happens. If this was some sort of balanced game, where's all the positivity, love, and light, and abundance, prosperity, unity, harmony, peace? Where is it? All I see is the war, the struggling, the dude getting shot in the neck, the poor girl getting stabbed on the thing. And man, this reality's a fucking dump, bro. It's like this place fell out of Lucifer's asshole. If this reality was created by anything, it was created by the colon of Lucifer. This reality fell out of a God's asshole. If there is such thing as a God, there's a God. And this reality is a godless reality. There's no such thing as a God. Of a reality like this one, then he would be demonic or evil, right? But there is no God of a simulation. There's creators of a simulation. How advanced are they? Are they aliens? I don't know if they're mantids or this or that. I don't know none of that. I hear all this stupid shit, but I don't experience these fucking mantoids and all this shit. What I experience is the Dookie Boy realm. They could very the creators of this reality could very well be just dumb, regular ape humans that scratch their ass. How long do you think it's going to be before humanity has simulated realities just as real as this one, where you put on a helmet and it interfaces with your neurons and you can feel it and it's just as real? It could be 10 years from now. You'll be creating universes with a prompt. You'll be creating universes with a prompt. Yeah, I kind of want to hang out in a room full of big booty girls, bunch of shelf-ass chicks. Yeah, make them all horny. I want a fucking 12-inch cack as big around as a beer can, you know? Yep, there you are. You're in like super porno world. Okay, no, I'm a fucking bad motherfucker. I want to be the UFC champion. There you are. You're in a cage just as real as this fucking, beating the shit out of people. So it's not so far-fetched for me to understand this reality could easily be a simulation. If we're creating many simulations within the simulation, this one could easily be, I say easily, but I don't understand any technology that could create a reality like this. Then again, it could be done in a very efficient way. Like we talk about how expansive and big reality is new, even if it's in a limited bubble and there's no universe, it's still pretty big. That's a lot of shit to process. But the truth is, it's not if it's done in specific. You're talking about advanced technologies. So we're going to get to the point where your GPU doesn't even matter that much, where like AI is creating the games in real time and shit. Like it's going to get to that point. I don't know if you guys are noticing all this shit I'm talking about, but what was the point that I was trying to make? Basically, this reality is a simulation, and it's super obvious now. We get played or toyed with. It's definitely no God. It was created by, the rock star team, you could say, the people that create Grand Theft Auto. This reality could have been created by a fucking group of 100 people scratching their asses and farting in beer farts into their, at work fucking computer chairs. Everybody wants to put such a level of importance, but that's because consciousness does that. We are created from what's known. So when they create humans in the game, you'll say they behave or they're programmed because you would want the characters in your game to be as real as possible with intelligence or AI. They're like self-learning. They're like self-learning computers. So every one of them is different and random. It's cool. Not two of them are exactly the same. It's a simulation, guys. This reality is a simulation, an advanced one. But again, if it's done that's the point I was going to make. If it's done efficiently, though, where it don't got to process the whole reality all the time, or a big, large part or chunk of land. Most of it's unoccupied. And even if you send a drone over and get footage of, let's say, the whole Amazon forest, it's still unoccupied. It's all it really has to display is one image back to that thing, or one running image, you could say. That's not a lot of processing power. If all it has to process is what we are experiencing in our moment, it don't even got to process the back of the room for me. For you guys, it sort of does. But again, it's one standing image. Unless something happens, it doesn't have to process so much information if it's done efficiently. It just has to process what we're viewing. My bedroom or whatever. I spend most of my time, you could say, is in my bedroom. It just has to process this little room. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even like that has to be such an advanced situation. Or I would think, if it's done efficiently, let's say with a future type technology that doesn't have to depend so heavily on GPU processing power and it's done more efficiently. Oh yeah, reality like this could be created in a prompt. In a prompt. And again, it wouldn't take so much processing power because as long as you do it efficiently, I don't have to project anybody. Everybody in this reality could be an NPC except me. So all I really have to project is one fucking live stream. That's easy. I could do that on a Packard Bell from 1997, bro. I could. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not a Packard Bell, but bro, I fucking love you, little gaylords. I love you guys, but dude, it's cool that there's 12 people in here at fucking 5 in the morning. When I was at 3 for a second, I was like, hey, it ain't gonna get too much higher than this, bro. But dude, my other dilemma is so I was making another like shout out video or whatever for my subscriber video, and I was kind of making like alternate forms of my subscribers, like but I quickly realized I don't know anything about you guys. Like even so you can say the people I know most about would probably be T, Burnt Relic is T to me, and Chengil, I guess you could say. I probably know them the most, closest. Uh, so even like if I wanted to make a monster specific, I don't know what I would make T's. I would have to ask him. So like I don't know him well enough. I don't so, and those are the two best that I know. And so when I was going through all the other names, like I'm going over, like Twisted Reality, Carney Barbie, Z Parson, like I just realized like I don't really know much about any of them, about anybody. Shit, even the people I watch. So like, let's say like, what could I say about Loon? Let's say, she's a young. I don't want to say her. I think what her ethnicity is. It doesn't matter. I think she's a black girl, but a young African American black girl in her early 20s that makes YouTube videos. That's logical and has a sense of humor or whatever. That's all I know about her. It's like a. So, but I want to make like a shout video. Like what would I make? So what I should have did. Okay, so here's my thing: is I've already almost finished the video, and it's big, dude. It's like one of the bigger projects I've worked on actually. But what is my dilemma? There was a dilemma I had. So I did it, and then I realized, man, I probably should, oh yeah, then I probably should have did like one of those posts. But again, this is something I'm interested in. I get giddy. I'm the one that gets excited. Most people don't give a fuck, man. It's like if I do a post, saying, hey guys, explain your toughest form to me, or your monster form, we'll say. That's sort of, it's like everybody. I sort of created like, well, in conjunction with AI. Because again, I don't know anything about you guys, so it's hard for me to come up with ideas about what I would make your monster or your tough thing look like. But usually name based. Like if I made Lizard Hunter's monster, which I haven't yet, but if I did, it would be some sort of like hunter type creature that hunts lizards. Obviously because of his fucking name. Burnt Relic would be like a giant burning fucking relic creature walking through the desert or something. If I don't know anything. But if I wanted people to be involved, like, hey guys, let's make a video. Nobody gives a fuck. Ain't nobody gonna say, oh, I want my creature to look like this or that. Like nobody participates. That's sort of me. I'm sort of like this childlike, giddy little fucking dork. But not everybody's like that. It's unfortunate, but it's all good though. But I've been working on it, man. It's like it's a big video. There's a lot of shit to do with that motherfucker. I've been working on it for like 2.5 days now, but yeah, it's fucking. It's a big boy video. But what was I talking? Oh yeah, this reality is a fucking shithole simulation. I might be wrapping this one up. I don't really know what else I'm going to talk about. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, that's it. That was it. Yeah, that was it. Just the current video thing that I'm making now, and the fucking you really can't fix reality. And saying fix reality sort of doesn't make sense if it was programmed to be this way. It's running the way it's supposed to run. You're talking about fixing something only because from your perspective it sucks. But it's a well-oiled machine. It's running the way it's supposed to run. And when and the reason that people avoid that is because, man, that's a scary It's like, well, if I know that, then man, what's happening to me is evil. Well, yeah, that's kind of what we're saying over here. It's like the human experience is dark and evil, bro. This place is fucking dark and evil. Can't you see that? What's wrong with you? Why do you constantly lie or not just lie, but fucking like, yeah, lie. You lie and you just lie. It's so pathetic and weird. No, no. I have faith and God's a good. It's just like, why are you doing that? But I mean, again, I know why they do that, but then at the same time, it's like, man, I don't know why y'all do that. I just don't sometimes. Like, man, come on, quit playing games. Like, are we gonna ever be Satan's asshole realm? Are we gonna ever be fucking grown-ups in this reality? And I want to talk, bro. I'm an immature motherfucker, but I'm way more mature, like on a spiritual level or something. I would say the majority of humans in this reality. Um, when I behave primitively, I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Like if I'm poking fun or talking shit, or I know exactly what I'm doing, but I enjoy it. It's fun to me. But if you're talking about like taking life serious and like truly questioning reality and really like I don't know, being an entity that has sentience, just there aren't too many conscious souls out there, to be honest. Everybody will live in a cartoon. We're in a realm where the other meat monkey creatures we call humans around us wear masks. They literally pretend lives that aren't real. It's bizarre. Social media should have proved this to everybody. Yeah, life's full of depression. Everybody's on psych meds are depressed and miserable, and people are offing themselves. But just everybody on social media is happy every time they post. It's a perfect day for them. Humans like to pretend. It's so bizarre. It's like living in a. You could say that every human being is crazy. It could be viewed like that. Like every human sort of is crazy. Like everybody here has definitely lost their mind. Maybe it was the I don't know the injections we got when we were babies. Something that's cracked everybody's brain. Everybody here is crazy, and they just have their version of crazy. In my little world, this book gets me by. In my little world, this little hat gets me by. In my little world, my peace pipe and my tent get me by. The Earth Mother. Man, all y'all are just crazy motherfuckers making up shit. Cartoon ass motherfuckers, man. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all look crazy to me. Satan's asshole realm still there. Come on, guys, give me some comments here, bro. I need some material. Now, Chris, just keep riffing about how this reality sucks. We need to hear it again for the trillionth time. It helps us get by in Satan's asshole realm to have others reassure us and confirm our own internal thoughts. I ain't saying nothing new. Well, maybe some things. I mean, I don't know. Again, the more I look at reality, like where a video game being played, the more obvious it is. I notice it in the little things in life, like the example I gave. Like, bro, my nose don't never itch. It don't never itch. I'll go 10 years without an itch on my nose. But the second that my hands are covered in motor oil or some shit, just some nasty shit, or the second I'm carrying a fucking box and both my hands are occupied, not only do I get an itch on my nose, I get one that's so unbearable that I'm fucking trying to itch my nose with my nose. It's so itchy. And I see like it's almost like we are a game, and the guy that's playing the game in that moment knows I'm gonna carry in this box, and he's like, okay, cast the itchy nose spell on Chris, and let's watch what happens. And they kick back in theater mode, and do their thing. And I'm sitting there going, God damn it! They're just laughing, ha 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 ha. Look how mad! Look, he's so dumb. His nose is itching. Look, he's dumb. I know it don't sound good, bro, but again, what do most intrusive thoughts say? Nasty, negative shit. It's never like loving, happy stuff. It's mean. It's like, look, he's dumb. oh, look how dumb he is. He dropped the glass of water. Look how dumb he is. Those people over there laughing. They're laughing at you. Look at you. Because you're walking around. Just walk the way you look. They're laughing at you. Ha ha. They don't. Intrusive internal thoughts that are not your own never say anything nice. So that tells me that the game is sort of like bad. You know, it's a Grand Theft Auto type game. It's a game where they do vile shit. It's a gory, horrible video game. Godless realm. No god would be over a realm like this. This is a simulation. That's why it's godless. You know what I'm saying? If there is a god or a creator or whatever, there's definitely not one of this realm. And if there is, he's evil and sadistic and psychotic and fucked up. Fucked up and evil. And how could you not see it that way? You must have had a very, very comfortable life. Go to your local hospital and just walk up and down the halls on the fucking 3rd and 4th floor where people are just moaning in pain constantly with the smell of piss and shit in the air constantly. The human experience is a torture chamber, and things seem to enjoy that. Yeah. We do it too. When we play video games, we enjoy getting off the road and going up onto the sidewalk and fucking watching pedestrians go, ooh, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh, seeing their fucking groceries flying and shit. And you're just like, ha ha ha, geez. You're even speeding up. Watching, trying to ragdoll affect them even further. You're trying to hit pedestrians right before a fucking ramped road to see if they would go flying. You know, you know? So I'm laughing at it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm programmed like them, that means they find that kind of shit funny. What happens to humans? I don't know. All kinds of vile, fucked up shit, bro. We are being played, dude. You guys understand what I'm saying? Can somebody at least say that? Somebody say something, for Christ's sakes. Oh, frozen ass fucking shit. Is my shit even working anymore? Am I going to get a message saying, Chris, you were silent for 10 minutes talking to yourself? Yeah, somebody let me know my shit's still working at least. Is my shit froze up? All right, little scary ass boys. Somebody put a fucking period or something. Old scary ass dudes. Them dudes is scary, man. Look at them old scared ass. Thank you, Lizard. Thank you, for Christ's sakes. All right. So, what else can we talk about in this fucking shithole, dookie boy, fuck boy realm that torments and rapes souls for fucking pleasure? I don't know. They enjoy playing sports. They identify numerically. So number 23 is really good at basketball. Or maybe you could just say good at sports. Again, I don't know sports well, but I do know that number seems to jump from one very good player to another. What was Larry Bird's number? Not like the one white dude that was good at basketball. What was he? Was he 11? He might have been 11 or 17, I bet. What was Larry Bird's number? I don't know shit about sport, but I think that these entities play sports. They play. You know, that's why sports players get paid so well. They enjoy first-person shooters, so they enjoy murdering and killing. That's why war is constantly perpetuated. But it's alien to us, right? But again, we're programmed to them, like them. So it's alien to us to want to kill and be in war. It's scary to us, but this is a simulation, but we're programmed like them. Our experience to a T. It's undone. Okay, good. 33. Oh, Larry Bird is he 33? Really? You're fucking trolling. Let me look it up, bro, because nowadays, I don't know, man. And what was Larry Bird's number? Oh my God, what? It was 7 and 33. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Who else is a good player? bro, bro. You tell me this ain't a simulation? The dude's name was Magic Johnson. Like he had a magic dick. Okay, a Johnson's a dick. His name was Magic Johnson. He gets AIDS and they disappear. He had a Magic Johnson. I mean, you tell me this reality ain't a script. Like something's trolling or fucking laughing at what's going on here. Come on, bro. It's obvious. What up, V48? Robot love dead. Robots love death. What the hell? Do they? I don't think robots love, period. Or unless they emulate it. Do robots love death? V48. All you bitches do is talk shit and hate. Fucking, what was hell? Yeah, what else do I gotta say? Talking about simulation. This reality's a shithole. That's what I know, bro. That's what I know. That's what I know. Oh, that's what I really wanted. I want to hit up the old Bolio. The old empty ass Bolio. That was a decent hit. That sucked. I wanted a big boy hit, but whatever. How else can I? Because I've been noticing it a lot lately, but I really should, because the truth is, bro, I smoke hella weed. I don't got the best short-term memory. I see shit, examples all the time, but then I just don't write them down and then I forget about them. I should carry around like a little fucking Poindexter ass nerd motherfucker. Have a fucking one of them shirts that has a pocket on it or whatever. The ugliest shirts ever created. And carry around a little fucking thing and just write shit down all the time. But I see it all the time. The simulation or whatever. It's like, oh, it's obvious now. Oh well, that sucks. So I'm just an NPC in a video game. And it's like, yep, that's what's going on, Chris. It's like, do you want us to keep showing you? Here, look at the clock. I'm like, oh, it's 1:17 again. They're like, yep, you see, how did we do that? I don't know. Did you guys play my character? Yep, we sure did. I'm like, oh, you guys are assholes. Quit fucking with me. Can you guys go play some rich dude's character and have him donate to my PayPal? Like, for real, tell this fucking rich motherfucker to donate 100 grand to me. They're like, nope, you cry a lot and we like watching you suffer. I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. Like, hey, you're one of the more emotional ones. We love tormenting guys like you. It's fun. Like, that ain't fair though, bro. Because I seen other dudes that were emotional that are doing good financially. Why you got me struggling, bro? Like, because you got a good sense of humor. You make it funny, bro. Like, oh, well, glad I'm entertaining you guys with my misery experience. My experience actually isn't that bad. I mean, you can say overall my experience has been hell, but lately it hasn't been that bad. But when you've been traumatized and dealt with so many years of violence, drama, abuse, nastiness, just it affects you forever. You actually can't calm down after a while. You can't calm down. It's calm and you can't calm down when you're like super fucked up or whatever. Anyways, but yeah, that's what's going on, guys. You're a fucking character in a fucked up, stupid simulation. And I don't know, is there something we can do about that? I mean, let's take this shit serious for a sec. What can we do about that? I think that if we started gathering, I really believe this, dude. I really believe this. If we started gathering in mass, like, I'm saying more than like 30 of us, like 40 of us, like a lot of us, weird shit would start happening. I really believe that, bro. I really believe around that many characters in the game that see it, either weird shit would happen. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really believe. I think weird shit would start happening around us. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe nothing would happen. I mean, but I would love to. I would love to find out. That'd be really cool to find out. Fucking. But I always say we all need to get together in like an RV, like 10. I mean, can you put in an RV comfortably, like 5 or 6 maybe, but like 10 of us and pull into these nice little white picket fence neighborhoods and just wait. And you'll see it'll be dead. And then all of a sudden, like all the NPCs will come out and they'll start like moaning, like, "Ooh, gee," you'll hear everything. Kids will be playing. You'll see fucking balloons floating away and shit. I'm serious. I really believe that shit, bro. We are the simulation. Progenitors, an ancestral simulation model that is dynamic. It could be, yeah, it could be something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you think about it, because like, dude, if they're sentient, like if you could only create, let's say, if you created these advanced games, this reality where the souls or characters in it feel like sentient, sovereign beings, then you would have to lie to them and keep them segregated. And you can't leave there, you can't go to the Antarctic, you can't go to the North Pole, you can't do none of this. You can only get a version of it. If you want to go to the North Pole, you got to take this fucking you got to pay 16 grand because everybody's got fucking 16 or 17 grand and just pull out of their ass in a reality where we're milked perfectly to barely get by. uh you could get on this fucking tourist attraction bullshit little thing and go somewhere, even though you'll be standing there and your compass is still pointing that way, is north. It's like, well, how's this the North Pole? Oh, well, the Earth wobbles. Sometimes it's over there. But this is where we come and set up camp. That's like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all are just playing games with me. I want to keep going north, motherfucker. Oh, well, you can't. You can only come. Well, then that's what I'm saying. We're trapped. What up, Dad? What up, dude? Everything has a genesis and ends in revelation. Only evil prefers stagnation. 3696. I don't really understand what you're saying. B48. You're speaking sort of strangely to me. I don't really know. You said cheers to the Triangle 9. I don't know if they watch my stream. I don't know if the 9 watch my stream. Maybe we are the simulation progenitors. Ancestral simulation. I think it is something like that. Yeah. Like some sort of advanced technology of the future. I always said, imagine, in the future, people are going to say, like, I don't want to die. I want to be immortal. Put my, skin my brain and put me into the game, because I want what is me to live on forever. And that's what could be happening to us. That's why the mind resets. And it's like all part of the program. But then it's like the AI of the program has lost its fucking mind and just like enjoys tormenting us now because it's sick of the repetition or something. I don't know. Everything has a genesis and ends in revelation. Only evil prefers stagnation. Yeah, evil definitely prefers stagnation. But what do you mean by the 369 greater than 6? I don't really understand what you mean by that. Getting fucked up, dog. What, bro? Oh, I should pack my bowl and hit one with you, bro. That's just my excuse to take another hit. The triangle is delta. I don't really understand that. Is delta alpha, beta? So it's like the third letter in the Greek alphabet? What? Everybody wants to play Dookie Boy Realm. Except the characters in the game, they don't like it. Unless you're a superstar and they can enjoy your life and like be on a yacht drinking fucking wine with supermodels, then they'll help your life out. But if you're just like a regular old, you just live in some house somewhere, you're actually just a tool for the city builder part of the game, the matrix, the machine, what it wants. So it's going to use you to do its agendas, build new roads or new underground facilities to, I don't know, blast us with frequencies or something to torment us further. I just don't know. But I know that we're in a simulation. I don't know what they're doing to us. It seems pretty evil. 369. Tesla Delta 9 is. Oh, Delta 9 is. Oh, yeah. Oh, for Christ's sakes, bro. I'm just not hip like that anymore. V48. Delta 9. Yeah, the Delta 8 shit really just didn't do nothing for me. I tried that shit. I was like, man, that shit don't even make me feel right. Like, I don't like that shit at all. But the THCA shit is what I prefer because, well, just real weed, just snipped really young. you know, I ain't got it like that. So, but what do you mean you ain't got? You ain't got like what dead inside? No worries, but I'm not too worried. But yeah, just another day in the motherfucking Dookie Boy realm. Another day in the shithole. Rich and famous. Oh yeah. You gotta go. Well then, Dead, you've gotta. If you want your physical NPC experience thing to work out for you, you gotta go start doing evil shit. Like I don't know. Are you good looking? You could break old ladies' hearts. That's one evil thing you could do, and take their wills when they die. You could, if you're good looking, if you're give a fuck about none of it. Dead's completely done with reality. So your character in my thing, it had a few different looks to it, Dead, but one of them was like this completely desolate ash type creature with a screen in his chest that was like flickering. It looked cool. I was like, wow, this one looks cool. It's all fake. Yes, it is, Dead. But it feels real. While you're the character in the simulation, it definitely feels real. Right? Like if I came up to you right now and gave you fucking $5 million and man, I'm pretty much set for the rest of my life. Like unless I go spending crazy. If I live frugal, that should get me good. Like I can go move to Taiwan, get some 20-year-old hot Taiwanese chick and fucking chill and eat real food that isn't processed and weird. What up, John Tikanis? Tikanis. Sí. He said to Admofomo. Dude, I haven't taught Greek in so long. No, not Admofomo. How do you say my brother in Greek, John? How do you say my brother? Odmofo? No. No, that's handsome. Yeah, how do you say brother in Greek? Είσαι το αδερφός μου. Ξέρεις τι λέω, ρε. Εγώ δεν ξέρω να μιλάω πολύ ελληνικά, ξέρω λίγο. Λίγο. Το πετσούλι σου είναι λίγο. Yanni, ρε μαλάκα. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking around. I'm just kidding, bro. What up, John? Then inside, you make me happy, my Greek brother. Just came home from my slave job. Ah, fuck, dude. I don't speak good, bro. I speak terrible. Work fucking blows. Peters, big Peters. It's funny you said that inside. I was just talking about little Peters a second ago. what a synchronicity. That's funny. Yeah, well. My dad would call me a fucking chorio. He said, hey, yatim mi las chorio, he said, eh. Pune to mia losu de malaka. Hey, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Please tell me. Please come, sit, eat, eat something here. Can you guys hear me? Yay! But yeah, that's what my papu would call me. He'd call me a fucking jorio. He'd say, hey, those are the people that live in the mountains. We are back again, motherfuckers. Era know what the fuck I do. I told you guys, when I get excited, I start acting like a dork, bro. I do. It is what it is. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. I sacrificed so much of my life. Can I at least get laid? I've been robbed the most of my money. Can I at least get a blowjob? That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say in an interview, isn't it? Like, I've been robbed of most of my money. Can I at least get a blowjob? Oh man, Mike Tyson is the funniest, unintentionally funny dude in the world, bro. Mike Tyson. That dude is just the funniest. Who even thinks to say some shit like that? Dude, he said, and then the motherfucker said, I wish one of you guys had kids. This is in the same interview. He said, I wish one of y'all had children so I could stomp on their fucking testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have waking up every day. That's what he said, which just makes no sense. It's like, wait, you're going to stomp on my kid's testicles? And I mean, I'm sure that's going to hurt me, but that's going to hurt him way more. Why didn't you just say you were going to stomp on my testicles so I could feel your pain? You're going to stomp on my kid's nuts. That's weird, bro. Why would you do that? Cause me pain through suffering my child? What the hell? Back in the prison called life, man. Yeah, I like prison called life. It's our pure form. We behave like kids. Yeah, it's true. We're happy essences, but then we're stuck in this fucking godforsaken torment realm. Why did it do this to us? It took our innocent, little beautiful light, and it's like, go to hell, motherfucker. We get like thrown out of this slimy fucking like meat tube. We're like, ah! And it's like, dude picks us up. He's like, come here, you little shit. Fucking slaps our ass. We're like, ah, fuck. Our first experience as an entity. I mean, we literally just in the warmth of creation, right? We're sitting there. We're in the fetal position, which is the most comfortable position people get in. You know, fetal position in their comfort. And then the first thing you experience is sliding through a meat tube. And then, I mean, it's weird, especially when you think about how the earlier the experience is, the more of an effect it has on the psyche of the individual. Especially when you think about it in terms of that too. Like when I talk about that age 0 to 7, this is an age, this is first experience. That happened and the dude hits you one and fucking like, well, welcome to this reality. Our first experience is abusive. We're being thrown out of home. We're being evicted. And then we're getting slapped on top of it, bro. Our psyche is traumatized based on our first experience as a human entity, bro. And they are trying to take me down. What would you do, bro? How dare them try to take you down? And how could they take you down? What are they going to do? I don't think that anyone doing Mike Tyson's job would be sane in the mind. Laugh out loud. Mike Tyson's gone through it too. He went through a really fucked up childhood and all that. And then I'm sure he loved a lot of his life. I mean, don't get it twisted. Mike went through hellish training, I'm sure, dealing with Cuss and all that. And I'm sure Cuss was a tough. Wasn't he an old Italian? No, he was an old Irish dude. Customato. No, he was Italian. Customato's Italian. So yeah, he might have been really tough and crazy even. Like he might have had weird beliefs and all that shit. Like, but they knew a lot too. They weren't all just crazy and old. But you know, Mike Tyson said that Customato manifested him. Customato said he wanted, before he died, to be the trainer of the greatest fighter that ever lived or something like that, or the greatest heavyweight. And he literally manifested Mike to his home. I'm sorry to hear that, pessimist. I'm happy because I'm on dope. Fuck yeah, Dad. I don't really know what to say. That like, do I promote drug use? Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I'm smoking herb. It is what it is. Everybody copes. Some people use food. Actually, in some cases, you could say drugs are one of the healthier copes, actually. If you compare like weed to, let's say, binge eating or processed foods, weed's way healthier. Weed is way healthier, but a lot of people overeat. That's one of the most unhealthy things. I'm barely happy these days. Happy, silly. Happy, yeah, you should be because that's your normal human state. Pessimist is to barely be happy, and when you do get it, it's fleeting. It's a happiness is a fleeting emotion. The second you have it, it's gone. You experience. You don't. Nobody experiences happiness. People experience moments of happiness, and then it sort of false flags them into believing that they can attain that forever, and it's just unrealistic. You can't. You're a human. It's a fleeting emotion. They got to start you off balance. Who's got to start you off balance? Fuck them. I have a friend who is a very lovely parent, and his kids are fearless, playing and having fun all day. Dude, that sounds awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. If you can have a good life, kudos to you. But it's rare. It's rare in this reality, unfortunately. I'm a reporter, so I got to report in on the majority. But there are people that do have good lives in this reality, believe it or not. Or what a life you would be more content with, we'll say, probably better than the one you have now. I'm still waiting to be aborted. I'm already dead inside. So I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Tyson's a good dude. He seems like a good guy. He's not an angel or perfect. I'm pretty sure he's been and experienced and been a part of some pretty evil or violent situations. I mean, dude, he grew up in Brownsville. Bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, most, just to put it into context, most people don't grow up in Brownsville. Most of them don't make it to that grown up age. They just don't. So it's funny, you know, but Tyson's a good dude. There was actually, which is crazy to me, there was a white football player that was known as a savage dude as a player. Like he took it really serious, played like it was life or death, that grew up in Brownsville, which is crazy to me that a white dude grew up in Brownsville is insane to me. Like that dude must have been tough on a level that's unexplainable, bro. Like, I gotta tell you, man, as a white dude that's been in some black neighborhoods, they're not friendly all the time. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Some of the friendliest people I've ever met in my life were black people. Overall, though, like when you go into the neighborhood and you get into the group behavior, black people, they'll threaten your life. They'll bully you, pick on you, slap you around. They'll fucking threaten to kill you. I've given up on life. If my insomnia went away and I could commit societal anarchy, I would think my life has its own meaning, but really I'm just a sleep deprived, worthless pheasant. Dude, you ain't no peasant, bro. You ain't no peasant, bro. You're a god. This dude, man. I don't know what the fuck you've been smoking on, pessimist. Don't fucking believe that little dumb intrusive thought you just said out loud, bro. That shit's dumb to say. You're a fucking gangster, bro. On a spiritual level, okay, so if you're talking about on a financial level, maybe you're not a 10 out of 10. Maybe you're a 1 or a 2 out of 10. I don't know. If you're talking about on a looks level, I don't know. On a spiritual level, though, as a conscious soul, you're a G, bro. I think you're like a 10 out of 10, right? Chris, go to Amish Grown and get you some dabs, son. Dabs are soft, bro. Dabs ain't shit. No, dabs are pretty good, but bro, I got pure concentrate rosin, bro. I got pure concentrate sugar crystals, baby. Who you talking to, dude? Dude, who you thought you was talking to? Boy, who you thought you was talking to? Talking that shit. Fucking wrong with you, man. See, I get those thoughts every single day when I wake up and see that I haven't had enough sleep. Fuck, dude. Well, don't think that shit. But you know, I'm preaching, dude. You know what you're gonna do? You are gonna think that shit because that's what the human does. That's the human experience. They have nasty, intrusive thoughts. That's what's going to happen. I would say don't entertain them, though. Don't take them serious. Just recognize them as intrusive thoughts by little mind parasite little fuck boys. They hate being called mind parasites for some reason. They hate that. Like Jerry Marzinski says, they hate like religious stuff. They hate Psalms. They hate Psalms 23. They just hate certain things. They hate mind parasite or mind virus. They hate that. But that's what they are. That's what they are. A bunch of little fucking mind parasites. I hate religions, to be honest. I have mixed emotions about them. So I do also hate religions. Absolutely. I am in the fucking agreement that religions, I have a deep hatred for what they do to people. They make people non-thinkers. Um, pessimist. You agree with a lot more of what they say, but you don't know that what they say is real. Unless that what they're saying is observable. But again, I don't study the Gnostics. I don't really know Buddhism, but it's good to walk around and be all positive. Like it's like that doesn't help our situation though. Agnostic. Yeah, you don't know what's going on. Isn't that what's agnostic? What is that? Describe that to me. You can tell if you guys can't tell, you can tell. I don't get into religions. Like I said, I was Christian, but I was sort of a fake Christian for years and years. I was a fake Christian. So unknown whether God exists or not. Oh, so agnostic's sort of like I don't really know type of shit, right? I don't know. Oh yeah, Gnostic is to know, and you're agnostic. You don't know about God. Yeah, I don't think there is a God, and if there is, there's not one of this reality. This reality is a simulation in God's reality. Agnostic is someone that doesn't believe nor not believe. They don't believe or disbelieve. Yeah, they're sort of just like, I don't know. Right? They're just like, indifferent. Agnostic. Let me go look up the fucking agnostic meaning. Someone who holds that the existence or non-existence of God is unknown and unknowable, or one who is non-committal about. Okay, so you don't commit to about believing in a God. Fuck God. If there is a God, he's evil. That's the way I look at it. It's like, if there is a God, he's evil, and I would probably try to kill him. I realize how silly me saying if there's a God, I would kill him. That makes total nonsense. But yeah, I would if I could. If I could get my hands on that motherfucker's throat and actually choke him and watch him die, I would. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Like when I say that, I'm dead serious. Like if I could kill God, I would. If there is a God, he's an evil motherfucking sadistic pig, a snarling fucking boar-headed fucking demon creature. I already created Pessimistic's monster too. His came out different, like 3 different times, but John, what would your monster? So okay, so one thing I learned in life is that when something sticks, it's probably for a reason. There's certain phrases somebody said, and there may have been 100 phrases said to you, but that one just stuck. Those always became relevant to me later. And one of the things that Shengel said when he was here at my house with Lindy or whatever was that stuck. It just stuck. And I knew it stuck. It instantly stuck. I was like, oh, that's one of those things that matters. So he had said to me, in the astral, okay, so the way he was describing was like that human consciousness or human minds focusing on certain characters or entities sort of creates them in the astral. In the astral, You could say Majin Buu or Goku or Piccolo or Vegeta actually exists as a character because so many. So he says, in a way, you can say Jesus exists because he does. In the astral, there's going to be a Jesus. There's just too many people. If he didn't exist before, he exists now. There's too many minds thinking about him and believing him. Definitely become an astral entity. So you could say in a weird way that because of that, putting faith in him puts you in a safe place because now you sort of have this extra dimensional entity looking out for you. This Jesus entity looking out for you. Um, I'd say just show up, quit playing games. Show up to me. I don't care if you show up as an iridescent, glowing hologram. I don't care. Show up, motherfucker. I want to see what you look like. Confusing lucid dream with astral. No, but he said when he creates realms in the astral, that he can sort of call on these entities to kind of like get his back, and they work for him. He calls on the power of them. They pay allegiance to him because he calls on them. And I thought, well, what does your form look like? And he told me his form's all weird looking, and I think mine is too. I think my actual form, if I could put my form before the body into a physical description, it's impossible. If you've ever closed your eyes and you've seen pulsating geometric patterns that look like they're alive, that's my actual form, I think, except it's more colorful. It doesn't just look like darkness with swirls, and it's colorful and vibrant and geometric and doesn't make sense. It doesn't have a physical looking body, I don't think, my actual form, but his is all weird, like octopus tentacles and jiggly and all this shit, like, and but you can. So I was like, say, like, what would your guys' form look like a badass form? So if I go with monster and prompts, which I already did, again, I think it's already an hour long. Over that of just nothing but different clips. Um, what would it look like? What would your guys' crazy form look like? I mean, could you even describe something like that? Most people aren't creative like that. So this sounds. Oh, I don't know if I'm not much of it. So I've had tons of lucid dreams, but usually they end pretty abruptly because the moment that I become lucid in them, I mention it to those around me, and then they turn into monsters and devour me for noticing that I'm in a fucking dream. They don't like being told they're in a dream. If those entities in my dream are conscious, they hate being told that they're in a dream. And if they're all in my head, they're assholes. My head's an asshole for eating me every time I realize I'm fucking dreaming. Let me hang out there for a little while instead of eating me, motherfucker. Why does that happen every time? But so lucid dreaming for me happened, especially when I was a kid. I used to lucid dream every fucking night, almost every night. I would become lucid in my dream. Oh, this is a dream. The second you realize this is a dream, you're lucid dreaming. But then the dream would turn against me. And maybe 2 or 3 times in my whole life did I live in the dream for a little bit, where I was like hopping and floating, and I was like trying to fly, but I could just like float. But I was getting better and better too, and I was floating more and more. But then again, here comes this weird threat to get me and scare me into waking up. Just like, something's in control of the dream realm too, it seems like. But and I know these are scary thoughts, what we call the dream realm. There's something in control of it. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, once they take over your focus, it's hard to focus on the flying, and you start to lose your power. Once you have an adversary to focus on, it fucks up your focus. They almost like use your consciousness against you in a weird way. It's weird when you think about it like that. And then I had one astral projection where I was at work, but that was weird. That wasn't a dream. I don't know what that was. That was like an alternate version of this current reality. So everything was all like more connected. So let me just explain it from a human perspective. So here's how I perceived it. And I heard to lucid dream, you gotta lay on your back, keep your arms away from your body, separate your legs, you know, but it happened to me. I was sleeping on my stomach. Um, and I ended up going to work, and I was floating in the window at work where I was a cook, and I was looking through the window from inside the kitchen where I would usually work. I was looking out, but like little weird things were different. Like the clock looked weird. It wasn't just one time clock. It was three of them, and they were stacked up in a triangle, and all three of them were blinking the same time, which I think was 7. It was either PM. It must have been PM because it was dawn, and it wasn't just dawn. I could feel the dawnness of the weather, if that makes sense. Like I was connected to the feeling of the sun's settings, light, and everything. I don't. I mean, I know that doesn't make sense, but I was more connected to the environment while I was in this astral projection or leaving the body, and I had teleported back to my bedroom, and I had said to myself, I'm going to go look at, I live with my brother. I'm going to go look at Dean and tell him some shit that he was doing, uh, when I get back into my body. My luck, I would have went through the fucking walls and found this little gay boy in there playing with his fucking winky and fucking freaked me out or something. My luck. But anyway, I don't care. I would have still told him, I'd be like, bitch, I seen you in there playing with your micro penis, you little gay boy. But he denied. He'd be like, no, I wasn't, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a bad example. I'd have to sit around and wait for him to be done and then see him do some other shit. Like, oh, I seen that you picked up your red lighter and threw it at the wall, or, but I wanted to catch him doing some shit and then say to him, bro, I left my body. I seen you doing this. It'd have been really cool to see him write some shit down. Because that'd be the first thing I'd say. I'd go in his fucking room and say, without even looking at him. He said, what's that mean? I said, didn't you write that down? He'd be like, yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. I was helping. But the second so here's what happened. This is what I think happened. And I'm an amateur. This is my first time doing it. So I turned to go through the wall. And when I did that, I tried to move. Now, this whole time this was happening, I was sort of just observing. Like, imagine being in like a drunken, disconnected state, just observing your experience. And your thoughts take you where you're going to observe. So if you're like, if the thought of your bedroom enters your mind, you will instantly be in your bedroom. If the thought of your brother's bedroom enters your mind, you'll instantly be in your brother's bedroom. That's not what I did. So what I did when I was in my bedroom, I tried to turn around and walk through the wall. And that didn't work. As the second I entered the wall, everything stayed black. And it all went hazy. And then I remember waking up. I don't remember really what happened right after that, but I do remember waking up and thinking, fuck, I shouldn't have tried to move. I should have just thought about it. Why did I try to physically move while I was floating? I think that's what fucked it up. But again, I'm an amateur. These are just my observations from my one little shitty experience. It actually wasn't shitty. It was actually really cool. Everybody felt so. There was a warmness too amongst my coworkers that I could feel. There was like this warmness amongst them. And it was so peaceful and calming when I was floating there or whatever. And so I was floating in the window. I was there for a second. I noticed the clocks looking all weird. They were all blinking. And then I was like, what the fuck's, why would they put 3 clocks here like this? This is fucking weird looking. But they were laughing and talking and not, they were working, but they were laughing and talking to each other. And I kind of like reappeared out sort of in the serving area, but only for a flash moment. And then I appeared outside of the shop, sort of, you could say like 50 feet up in the air between the shop, sort of hovering above the main road out there. And the sun was back sort of behind me, and I was floating there for a second. Then I appeared back in my house, And then I tried to go into his room, and that's where it got fucked up. So it lasted like 20 seconds or something. If you can lucid dream, you can use that to transition to astral. Yeah, that's sort of like the plan, but I can't lucid dream. It's very difficult for me. If I do it, it's on accident. Well, the truth is, I don't take it very serious, too, John. I don't take it very. If I took it very serious, I would quit smoking weed. In a weird way, I mean, if I'm being honest, I could say this reality is defeating me in many ways too. Like I could take lucid dreaming way more serious, and I don't. I sleep when I'm tired, and I try to make the best of my life the best that I can while I'm conscious. I try to maintain sanity. Like I said, just I went through 5 years recently of hell, 3 years of a goddamn living nightmare that's got me so fucked up that I can't calm down even when there's nothing going on. But I'm dealing with it and I'm trying to get through it. And, life's tough. Uh, there's a reason that people get attached or fall into it. It's tough. It's good at doing what it does. But yeah, if I was taking it serious, I'd quit smoking weed because my dreams are off the wall. When I quit smoking weed, I start having dreams every night and they're strong, bro. What up, Cosme? What up, dude? How you doing, man? This stream's actually pretty good, Cosme. I would, well, that's so corny for me to say my own stream's good. But if you haven't been here since the beginning, watch this one from the beginning, bro. I'm telling you, you'll see it, Cosme. You'll see this fucking shithole simulation. It's got us trapped here, and it's tormenting us for fucking sport, and it lives through our eyes. The sons of bitches are looking at our lives through our eyes, the bastards. And they say, "Hey, Chris, you're a fucking dickhead. Look at you on the screen. You look like a fucking old sissy skinny boy." That's what the voices say to me. They say, "You look like a little pussy." That's what they tell me. They're not nice. Look at you. That's what they say. They say, "Look at you. Look at you." That's what demon voices say. Look at you. Look at that receding hairline. Look at that pussy boy arms. Your arms aren't big enough. You're a pussy. That's what my voices are saying to me. Like, why don't my voices got me like infatuated with me? Like, oh my God, Chris, you're so handsome and beautiful. It's like they're always nasty. I was just talking about how this is definitely a simulation. Oh, dude, it is, Cosme. I'm telling you, bro. Cracking knuckles, can't resist. Demon. Oh God, bro. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah. God, that dude is totally possessed by the mind virus. That's actually what he says all the time, isn't it? He goes, "Look at him. Look at him, guys." That's all he ever says. Just look at him. Yeah, look at me, motherfucker. I look better than you, you gray dying ass fucking creep. Fuck that guy, bro. That dude ain't that dude terrified of that channel Demon Slayer? It doesn't he destroy Team Evil? Why doesn't he mention that channel Demon Slayer that shits on him all the time? That dude Demon Slayer is funny, bro. I subscribed to him like a couple months ago, dude. He's constantly picking on that fucking dork, and he's an easy target, bro. Have you seen what he looks like, right, John, with the black around his eyes and all that, playing with his little fucking sock puppets and all that shit, bro? Child sniffers play with sock puppets, bro. Like for real. You remember that story I told you guys about that fucking pedo boy that was my coworker? That fool had sock puppets, bro. That fool had sock puppets, bro. Hard. That's his girlfriend too. Susie Ann and her 5 sisters. Susie Hand and her 5 sisters, more like. "Hi, Steven. You're so hot." We were talking to sock puppets, trying to talk shit about another man, bro. You're a clown. Oh, Uncle Fester. You didn't see him? Bro, this dude called me. He called me Uncle Fester in emails for years. Years. He kept calling me that. Uncle Fester is just like, shut up, you dork. And then I finally see this motherfucker. He literally looks like Uncle Fester, bro. He's like this fucking pale ass dude with big black spots on his eyes, looking like a panda, looking like somebody blew his cheekbones out. Can we ever escape this shit? Probably not. He got that panda treatment, bro. That's that MK Ultra. That's why his eyes. Oh, dude, his eyes were black because they got him with the booty hole thing, the panda thing, where your eyes go black. You get black eyes, bro. So when they were MK Ultraing him, they did it in a very bad way, bro. What's that kid's name? Orlando Brown. When he was a kid, he had the fucking panda eyes, bro. If you guys know what I'm talking about, bro, that shit is brutal. No, Cosme, you can't escape. How? So to escape, they would have to take what you think is you and upload it to a different simulation. But I sort of think that's what's happening here now. That may be what's happening here now. Like we were just humans before. We were like, I don't want what is me to die. Like, and this new AI company, like Earth simulation, upload your consciousness into Earth simulation for the terminally ill. So what you call you can go on forever. Pay $100,000 and live forever. And what we're experiencing now could be some shit like that. We're like, no, upload me to that, and now we're in the simulation. But unfortunately, the AI mainframe that runs the simulation and sort of directs humanity so that it doesn't ever get too unbalanced has sort of lost its mind and making it unbalanced its main objective, and now torments humans because it's sick of the repetition realm it was forced into or something. I don't know. Nobody gets out alive. That is right, bro. The real truth is very dark. It's like, man, I know it's a tough guy. It's like existential dread. It's the most darkest feeling of hopelessness and loneliness. The real truth is totally dark, guys. Bad, like real bad news. Real fucking bad news. So think about it like, as a truth seeker, every time you find out a truth, it's only bad news. And that gets worse and worse. And the more truth you find out, the darker the realm, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. That would tell you the ultimate truth is probably pretty heavy shit. Like you're a NPC in a simulation. The elites know this. They don't care. That's why they treat you like, fuck you. You'll be used up until we're done milking you. Because they know it's that way, or maybe they don't. They're just tools of the simulation to be used. I think it's more like that. I don't know if they give themselves up, or it's just like they're like, oh, I'll just do whatever I'm directed to do, and just make sure I have a good life type shit. I don't know the way it works, but it has to use humans. It toys humans, and if it's toying the average dude sitting here making a stream, of course it's toying the most powerful people in the reality, obviously. Or out at all, you don't see Mario leaving the Super Nintendo. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, how could you get? That's why I gave the example I did, because I was like thinking about that. And the only way that's possible is if I got Mario's brain, which he doesn't have one. He never thought, anyways. But he understands jump, and he understands being controlled only. That's the only thing Mario has in his, in quotes, life or experience. But let's take a Mario game that has a story, we'll say, and he has a sort of consciousness or a realm to live in. One of the newer ones, maybe. The only way to get him out of the simulation would be to scan what we call his personality or brain, put it into an android, and then the android would be walking around in the physical realm. But in many ways, this isn't him, because that's not the real him, because that's just a scanned version of him. So for you to exist in the real world, first off, it's not even going to be what you call you. It's going to be a version of you, and it would only be an android anyways. You are the machine. In the real world, you're the machine. Bro, there ain't a better channel on YouTube than my channel, I don't think. I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't know if that's an ego thing or something, but I don't think too many channels talk about anything. It's boring here. I hate being in this reality. Yeah, you don't see Mario leaving this fucked up shithole. His fucked up shithole. And even if you got a version of it, it's not even it. It's a version of it. Um, you could say you could take the whole fucking GameCube or whatever and put that in the Android and tell him we're putting your game in there, and then it is sort of him control. But even that, it's just like he ain't even real anyways. He's always just an Android. So yeah, you can't get a character out of the game. They're programmed to spawn up in the game and die in the game when it's their time. That's all they do. Some of them were highlighted and told, you're going to be a carpenter and work on these houses. You're going to be a plumber and work over here. Your life's always going to be shit because we enjoy entertainment. Your life's going to be extravagant because we need to fuck hot babes. You're like, it depends. It's all scripted. It sucks, man, being aware. I hope this shit ends. I think what you call you does end, Cosme. I don't think this reality will ever end. But then again, I don't know how it's powered, how it's running. Is it like literally a simulation, like a box? Is it plugged into a wall somewhere? How's it being powered? Because if it is a device, then absolutely it could end. Unplug the motherfucker. There you go. It's over. No more suffering. No more creatures have to get their guts ripped out by something else. We don't have to line cows up in a weird, bizarre, shitty, tyrannical, evil system so that we can all have our burgers and steaks. All the suffering ends. You just unplug it. But that's if it's powered that way. I don't know if it's powered that way. I think it's infinite. I think it goes on forever. It's bizarre. Yeah, it's a bizarre dimension we're in from our perspective. But we are, hey, 11 viewers, 11 thumbs up, baby. Thank you, guys. So it's a very bizarre dimension from our experience. Absolutely. It's a dookie boy realm. But I want you guys to use your imagination. This thing was worked out of you since you were a kid. This reality is very good at working your imagination and creativity out of you. I need you guys to work on these things. They're very important. You need to imagine what you are, how you defend yourself, what that looks like, what form you take in your defensive form, in your get the fuck away from me form. You need to imagine and think of these things. What powers can you use? So I'll give you a quick idea of what I can do with my imagination in the astral. I can dematerialize so that I'm made up of particles. Each particle of me is the full me. If you destroyed every particle except one, I can fully reform from that one particle. These particles can teleport the same way that Nightcrawler can teleport. The thing about these particles is even though they're me, they're very harmful to anything but me. That means they infest anything that touches them. So if an entity, if I take on particle form, if an entity enters my realm that I don't want to deal with, and I take on particle form and he breathes me in or I end up on him, instantly it starts to infest his body. The roots will go into his skin. He'll start to get infected instantly. It's not good for him. If I get into his lungs, he breathes me in, he'll be gone within a few minutes. It's not good for him. It infests them. It becomes like this green haze. It sort of like becomes roots, like tree roots, and it infests them. and they'll start to exhale this like green, like mist, fog, haze, smoke looking shit, and they'll actually choke up and die. So yeah, you don't want to go around me if I'm in particle form. I'll destroy everything around me, and I'll be undestroyable. Um, so these are the things you guys need to think about. And if you don't have the creativity, then you need to start watching anime or movies and start finding powerful characters. You could say, "Oh well, Wolverine will get my back." Hate to break it to you guys, Wolverine ain't shit. Wolverine ain't shit in the presence of like a Dragon Ball Z character, you would say. And then a Dragon Ball Z character may not be shit in the presence of something else. But I'd say Dragon Ball Z characters are a safe bet. They're pretty fucking powerful. I mean, they can destroy like whole universes by like flicking their finger. You know, I mean, it takes them three or four episodes of yelling to get to that point. On episode 2 of Dragon Ball Z on Toonami Network, Goku is fighting Frieza in episode 2. On episode 3 of Dragon Ball Z. A whole week later, Goku's fighting Frieza. It's like, dude, man, y'all are milking me, bro. And these episodes ain't even a full half hour. They're only 11 minutes long. Because you motherfuckers put in fucking so much goddamn time of commercials, you sons of bitches. I'm sorry. I used to look forward to, I'm such an old man. I used to look forward to X-Men cartoons every Saturday. X-Men, the original, well, I say the original, not the original X-Men, but my original X-Men was a Saturday weekly thing. Go Power Ranger. This shit is bizarre. 11 bong hits left to go. Dude, I need one. I need one, bro, but you're making me look like a junkie on stream. Oh, it's all good. I do a good job of that myself. We cashed that one, baby. Fuck, man. But yeah, who's going to get your back in the astral? So pop culture actually has a use in a weird way in the astral, because if you're aware of these characters and their abilities, and the minds of the individuals manifest them as actual entities, you could say, well, Chris, why don't I just take on Jesus as my guy? You may as well. You may as well. I don't know. Maybe he is powerful. I mean, so many people believe he's the ultimate good. Maybe we should all become Christians and say, hey, Jesus, hey, fucking egregore entity we've all created, can you, like, help us out now? Like, do some shit? But, yeah, I can't remember. Shane Gill said, oh, no, Majin, this is my dude in the astral. He always gets my back. He's like my bodyguard. And I'm like, who? He's like, Majin this form. He knows a lot more about it. Like, I stopped watching Dragon Ball Z during when it turned into Dragon Ball GT or whatever. I stopped watching it, but years and years ago, dude. One of my favorite Dragon Ball Z cartoons is the one where Kakarot, who's Goku's father, was a Saiyan, and his team gets wiped out. Which, fuck them, they're evil. Honestly, Saiyans are evil. So I'm glad they got fucked up. But they basically just go around from planet to planet and turn into these big giant fucking monkey gorillas and start fucking just destroying everything. They're evil. They kill whole civilizations of alien beings. But he wasn't happy about his team getting wiped out. That was a badass cartoon, bro. They even had that Saliva song in there. Now the gun, no, make me. Was it Superstar? I think it was Superstar. But it came on right at the right time during a fight scene. Like, he just found out his whole team got wiped out, and he's like, "You motherfuckers played with the wrong one today, boy." Like, laws of shit. Those are always the best. Those are the moments we long for, isn't it? When we watch our cartoons, our shows, it's that moment where finally something snaps and they go, okay, okay, today's the day everything changes, boys. Charlie Kirk and Bungle Death look staged. Do they look staged? I haven't watched either one of them, Jay. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Images like that stick in your mind. And so I'm an empath. I felt something was off before it happened. For some reason, when the minds of the masses get sad or upset or depressed, I can feel it. I can actually feel it. It's like, ugh, man, here we go with this shit again. Ugh, it's like an energy drain or something. I don't know. They look fake. Really? I see now. You saying that's making me want to go and watch it. The curious side of me, the morbid curiosity is going to get the best of me. But I just don't want to see anything like that, dude. I've seen enough of that shit. All these out of nowhere shootings, drama is old and lame. The blonde got stabbed in the neck and didn't act like it. Oh, dude, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes when people get attacked, they do weird shit. I've seen shit like that happen where people get stabbed or something happens like that and they don't react the way you think they would. You know what I'm saying? Like they act weird or they do something strange. I'm not angry at them. Sometimes, I mean, for all you know, when he stabbed her in the neck, he could have hit her spinal cord. And I mean, that could cause you to do all kinds of weird shit. You could stick your tongue out and like you could do all kinds of weird shit if somebody fucks with your nerves. You could freeze up and just stay stuck there like this while they're stabbing you multiple times and you can't do anything about it because your system's shocked or whatever. I'm not angry at them anymore, but I refuse to cooperate. I see all the scripts too. Yeah, these things cause a mass depression. It's like an energy feed on humanity, loosh feed. Boom, make everybody sad, depressed, angry. You know how angry people are? Some people are literally celebrating that dude's death. Other people are seeing that and they want to murder those people, just creating nothing but loosh and anger and division and hatred and it's reminding everybody yet again, you're mortal, fear death, fear death. Your weekly reminder that you're mortal. This shit's gonna end soon. This is a torment human simulation. Anything it can do to torment us, it's gonna do it. Like I can play along with certain scripts and I get blessed. Nothing is real. What do you mean, Did? You can play along with certain scripts and get blessed? What do you mean by that? Nothing is real. Yeah, nothing's really real. So you know what you should do, Did? You should do what I told you. Go to bingo, find some old retired lady, blow out them cheekbones, get that money, come to Florida, bro, and we'll go and we'll sit on the bitch. Yeah, we'll sit on the bitch. We'll sit on the beach and just smoke doobies until we die of starvation, bro. It's the only way I can get you money to travel, bro. You gotta bang out some old lady's cheekbones, bro. Old Susan wants you to fucking tear that thing up. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just joking around. Can you share videos on those staged events? What up, Johnny? He's talking about those two. They're super mainstream right now. Actually, I didn't even know about them. My brother's like, "Well, you didn't hear about that? It's been all over the thing for several days. So I guess not everybody hears about this kind of shit." But I didn't hear about that girl getting stabbed until yesterday, which is also the same day I heard that dude got shot in his neck or whatever. From if anybody wants my personal opinion about any of it, I would say why? Why do you want my personal opinion? Do you want me to come to your house and give you my personal opinion of your living situation? Do you want me to like why does my personal opinion matter? That's what I would say. Chris, what do you think about it? What does it matter? What do you think about it? I don't know. That dude, Charlie Kirk, I've seen probably 10, 20 clips of the kid Well, the kid, the guy, he's young. He looks young. To me, he looks young. He looks like he's in his 20s, but he always seemed like a good dude. Seemed like a good guy. I don't agree with his philosophies. I'm not Christian, all that, whatever. But overall, seemed like a genuine good dude. Always had. It seemed like he always was having open debates. Like he was always having, basically, you could walk up and talk to him, type shit. So how can anybody be mad at that motherfucker? Like, that's crazy to me. But they hate him. I guess the newsrooms over on TMZ were cheering that he died. They had to apologize for that. They got caught on camera basically cheering when they found out that he was fucking dead. And just people are nasty. Human beings are nasty people. It's like, wait, what did he do? Oh, he said racist things. Like, bro, you're glad he got his fucking neck blown off in front of his family because he said things you disagreed with? Is it really fake, guys? PSYOP? Did you guys really look into it? Because I really don't want to go look into it, bro. I don't want to see no fucking dude's neck exploding right now. I haven't seen any yet. Besides Sumatra video, just my gut feeling. I can't forge reality. I'd say, why does it have to be fake? Do you think it's hard to kill somebody? People die all the time. Why would it even have to be fake? They could have easily blown this dude's neck off. What do you mean by fake? Are you saying that he's not actually dead, or are you saying that? What are you saying? What up, Zebra? How you doing? Hope you're doing all right today. How is everything with you, by the way, Zebra? Are you doing good physically and everything? So he's a big time Christian, so that means he cannot reason. They're fucking dumb. Oh no, he was definitely intelligent. That guy wasn't dumb. I wouldn't say that guy was dumb. I'd say that guy was probably more intelligent than 95% of the people you see walking around. He was very intelligent, but he was definitely indoctrinated, in my opinion. I'm not a Christian, but he wasn't. I would not call that guy stupid. I wouldn't say he was low intelligence. I looked into it. Really, what no, it's fake and gay. And the way the media and politicians jumped all over, everything is scripted and fake. So he was going to die today no matter what. Yeah, you could say it like that too. It's like he's definitely dead. He definitely did get shot, or he definitely did get. But overall, it is still fake and scripted. Everything's fake in a truthful, honest kind of way. If you're understanding what I'm saying about simulation theory, I would say at this point, it sounds very cipher-ish. Is to just plug in and play the game until you die, because you only have one, as far as you know, one of these life things, and it ain't all that great anyways. So live the way you want to live. Fuck what anybody else ever thought about you. There is a sort of maybe, are you trying to be optimistic? I don't know. Maybe I am optimistic, but there is a sort of freeingness to realizing it a simulation. I don't know why. It's almost like it's out of my hands type of shit. It's like I can't do nothing about it. So it's like sort of freeing. It makes you worry or stress less about things. There is a sort of freeingness. So, I mean, it isn't all bad. There are, I guess, some positives, but overall, it's like pretty negative to find out you're just like having a meaningless experience for something else's entertainment. Everything is scripted and fake, so he was going to die. He's definitely dead inside. Yeah. Mind creation. Well, so here's what I know is I was watching a video of these dudes talking about it. And who was that? Oh no, it was wait, was it? It might have been Jesse on Fire. He's like talks about him. Anybody else talks about like other shit too. It might have been him or somebody else. But they were saying, and they seen it. They're going, oh my god, oh my god. They're like, no, he's not going to live. He's not going to live. And I know he got shot in the neck. And if their reaction was like that, I was like, okay, it's bad. It's bad. So he's definitely probably a goner, and that sucks. He seemed like a good dude. Again, an indoctrinated fool on a spiritual level, a good-hearted, loving guy on a human level. My inclination when it comes to political motivation. Hey, if the astral's real, Maybe Jesus is the best dude to get on your team. So maybe he isn't a fool. Maybe I'm a damn fool. I'm gonna be working against some damn entity that billions of people believed into existence. I don't know if I'm gonna win that fight. Like, I hate you, Jesus. I'm gonna kill you. He's gonna be like, oh, and like fucking like break my spine like with a word. These two are made skeptical. Well, yeah, obviously, any main life event, but main life is a part of the game. Don't forget that, Johnny. Your life's just as much as part of this game. We like, for some reason in the truth community, we like to differentiate ourselves from the machine as if we're not no longer a part of it. You are. You're being played the same way those politics are being played. One day it will be you, then me, then everyone in chat. Nobody gets out alive. Absolutely. I've been awake since Sunday. I'm seeing things clearly. Good job, dead inside. Wait, what? What am I good jobbing here? You've been awake since Sunday. You've been awake for like 5 days, dude? What's going on with you? Are you all right? Insomnia? I'm pretty sure when you're awake that long, you don't see things clearly. You actually start hallucinating. Or maybe that is seeing things clearly. Again, I don't know. We're all just floating in the fucking void trying to figure it out. It's an interesting, I mean, I'll say this, it's interesting. This reality is interesting. Maybe not fun, maybe not enjoyable, maybe not a happy, but definitely interesting. Like what's happening here, like the fact that we even exist to begin with is bizarre. But I'll say that it's interesting. It is sort of like if it is a universe theater play, we sort of chose Tales from the Crypt as our show. Now, you say, oh, God, that means everything's horrible. But hey, every one of us loved Tales from the Crypt. Or I know I did. You know what I'm saying? I like that show. The Crypt Keeper. You guys remember that shit? So I'd say just enjoy your little scripted shithole experience and come and hang out with me, you little gay lords. I know you all want to hang out with me. You motherfuckers need to come and hang out with me at the beach so we can chill and smoke some fucking doobies and listen to some fucking AI music. They fake so many things. It's mainly to show us we live amongst NPCs. Not a lot of real souls here. I was hoping to run back into that girl Kiana again, bro. I wanted to run back in. Man, she had such a gentle, soothing, fucking like, man, I could talk to her all day or just be around her all day. Like, you want to talk about like a caregiver personality? She was that, dude. It will keep you on your toes, no fucking doubt. Where's the old chicks though? Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta go to bingo or go to the gym. I see tons of attractive older women at the gym. I'm dead serious, like attractive. Like, goddamn, I fucking bang down old granny over there. Yeah, I don't know how good my standards are nowadays, but yeah. I talk shit, guys. I talk shit, but I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. And actually, I see some things right with that. Again, there's arguments that can be made, like if you hooked up with an older chick, especially if she's alone, that's literally a soul being tormented. Everybody's different though. Like, so my family friend Arlene or whatever, who was with my dad, uh, she's been in a relationship since she was 17 years old, since she was a teenager. She's never been alone. And now that she's almost 80, she's alone and she fucking hates it. But then you have people like me. I'm a recluse. To me, being alone is like, I love my alone time. Am I a 100% put me in a room all by myself for the end of eternity and I'm content type of motherfucker? No. I still like to coexist with humans. I like to be around people. I like to talk to people. But everybody's different. You have recluses. You have people but some people are very lonely, man. And that's like a curse. Especially if you're you're programmed to feel the loneliness, and then you're an old widow, like in your 60s or something, and your husband's dead, and fucking all you have is, like, let's say you didn't have kids, or your kids, because everybody grows up, you know what I'm saying? At that age, your kids are adult. They may have their own kids. You know what I'm saying? Everybody moves out. They get their own lives. Nobody cares anymore. And then you're all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It will keep you like down where the old trees go. When I go to bingo, bro. Bingo or the gym. This is New Orleans. There's some great music that comes out of New Orleans. Isn't that Hurricane song out of New Orleans? Hurricane or whatever. The fuck's their name? The Heathens band or some shit like that. Band of Heathens. That's a great song. That's a shithole, bro, for Rizzle. Yeah, I know. Have you guys noticed that a lot of amazing shit comes out of poverty, though? Like, shithole areas usually create the best fighters. They create the best musicians. They create the best places where humans struggle, create some of the best versions of people. Maybe not on a psychological perspective. Like, they probably make a lot of tormented, traumatized people too. But they definitely create some very successful people, people that are amazing at their craft. That was a good one. Art is drenched in louche. What? Art is drenched in louche. Oh, 1711. What? What the fuck? What in the world? What do you mean by that, dead inside? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean. Fuck yeah, bro. I see it constantly, I'm telling you. Whatever numerical entity that attached to me, it's obsessed with ones and sevens because it's obsessed with those. It's obsessed with 11. It's obsessed with 17, which is a 1 and a 7. So it's obsessed with 117, 1117. That's my birthday. 711. It's just obsessed with sevens and ones. For a while there, whatever extra dimensional entity bumped into me, it had me attracted to twos and threes. It was actually like every time I looked at a clock, it was 223, 232, 233, 323, 332, 322, 333. It was like twos and threes for a while, and then it became ones and sevens. But in between seeing all those synchronicities lining up, I was also seeing all the other weird ones like the 144, or the 1144, the 1134, the 1133. What are the weird ones? Because everyone kept talking about the obvious ones, which were like 1111. I'm not the only person that started seeing synchronicities. Tons of people started seeing them. I seen them, and it got so goddamn ridiculous. I literally felt like I was in a scripted fucking simulation. And who knows? Maybe we were put into one. Maybe we were an alive, normal human at one point, and the aliens' technology got to the point where they could just, come in. We would, walk through our bedroom wall, right out of our bedroom, and they summon us right into the craft, put us in, and beep, beep, loaded up simulation Earth, and now we're our real physical bodies plugged into the fucking simulation tub somewhere, being fed off it for fucking BTUs and electricity, whatever the fuck's going on. And we're just being fed off of for our information, the thoughts that go through our mind. Anything we invent goes to them. Anything we create goes to them. Anything that goes through our mind, they just farm information off us or something like that. And maybe the synchronicity is just us noticing, or the simulation like recalibrating or lining up. Who knows? I just know we're in one. Everything that happened in this reality only could happen in a simulation. It didn't just start yesterday or whatever. The synchronicities between Kennedy and Lincoln are ridiculous. Synchronicity's been happening a long time. It's a weird scripted reality. Whatever happened in those old civilizations is where we're going to go when we. So here's what I think happened that inside. I think that when you create a simulation, you need to scan the whole environment. Um, like that may be what they're doing. With the chemtrails is like scanning the whole environment or like mapping it out with the microbots or something. And they literally have like a whole virtual simulation of our reality somewhere else. Who knows? But if you scanned it all and then loaded it in, but thought, well, we're starting this civilization over, we can't just load them in with buildings that have, hologram doors, that, or like fucking Starship Trooper technology. So they had to wipe out shit after they mapped it all out, created the simulation or the simulated version of the real realm where these pyramids and all this stuff weren't destroyed. They were probably all normal. And they fucking wiped it all out with something while they were in the game because they reset it. They reset it. Whatever happened? I don't know. They reset it all, the motherfuckers. What up, Brooke? How you doing? How you doing, Brooke? They went too heavy on suffering. They had to know it. Yeah, that's the whole point. The whole point of this reality is to suffer you. So it's super obvious. Like, think about it. Like, why does inflation fluctuate to the exact point that we are all literally perfectly milked and struggling to stress about bills? It's to torment us. Like anything it can do to turn up the volume of suffering, torment, and depress you, it's going to do it. It's going to do it. It's the whole. So think about it like this: there's gamers playing the game. They're in an arcade playing the game. We're the game being played. The only way for us to deal with it is to become aware of that and take over the game. But I really don't think that would matter. I think they would just reset the game. But my childhood was so dope and idyllic, and then to grow up and I think there was a point that I had to make, but it slipped my mind. Then to grow up and find out I'm in fucking hell. Same. Well, you're not in hell. You're in a simulation. Well, I mean, you could look at it like that. Same. I'm sorry, Zebra. I feel so robbed to see. Yeah, I went through all that. It almost broke my mind too. I almost lost my life to that. To be honest with you, those same thoughts. Zebra, did you answer me? I don't know if you answered me. Are you doing all right? Have you been fucked up lately? Like in a lot of pain? Am I missing comments? Oh shit, I probably am. I have on top chat instead of live chat, like a fucking idiot. Don't say that. Don't use self-deprecating talk. Don't call yourself a fucking idiot. I'm not an idiot, but don't do that. I just woke up. Same shit. Yeah, my childhood fucking sucked, but there were moments of it that I loved. Zebra suffered this wrinkly nutsack though. Oh my god. Same, Zebra. I feel so robbed. Steve drove me insane. Yeah, dead inside knows what I'm talking about. But every time I go through suffering, I come out stronger, wiser, smarter. Like I level up and beat the level that caused suffering. Not me. So, conductor, you could say that has happened before, but out of like the, let's say, 100 times I've experienced beatings or abuses or traumas or backstabs, betrayals, it usually traumatizes. It usually fucks me up. Uh, every once in a while, I'll get through a hard situation and go, yeah, man, now you know what? I'm tougher because of that. But overall, these situations just rip us to pieces slowly. It's like death by 1,000 stabs until people are literally completely mentally traumatized and they just can't do this shit no more. My life, what you're talking about, actually happens only rarely. Most of the time, people become depressed off themselves. 1/3 of the population's on psych meds. 60 to 80,000 off themselves every year, and my life peaked at 12 years old. I fell out. I'm 31 years old now. You're still young, Brooke. So kind of you to ask, Chris. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm in existential. Ugh. Bingo. I'm sorry, Magic Libra. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. It's because people don't get the lesson and can't understand what they need to do to level up. How old are you again, Zebra? Aren't you? You're in your 50s, right? You told me you were in your 50s. With the lesson. These are then why would you then the lesson giver is not doing a good job, conductor. I also died a couple months ago. I seen the script, so I went hard on the whole situation. What do you oh Dad, I remember you saying that. Can you explain that, please, if you don't mind? Can you write out exactly what you mean by that? I want to fucking die, but well, I'm your age. I'm 14. Oh my god, dude. Dude, you're still fucking young, bro. What the fuck is going on? Still young for to do what, Chris? Suffer you 10 years ahead. Can't imagine 40 still suffer. Holy moly. Yeah, I don't know. I can't wish a good life on nobody or hope that your life ain't pure suffering every day. Like, there's people like Zebra that have an issue that they're suffering constantly. What can I say to somebody like that? I don't know. Hey, stick around for more. Hey, stick around for more. God loves you. You're sitting there fucking struggling. Like, this reality's dark. But whatever has me in this shit is sadistic evil, so I don't have high hopes for the afterlife. Yeah, it's demonic and evil, Zebra. If there is an afterlife, Zebra, at this point, I'm curious, do you're probably like me, like you probably fear, right? Like I fear. The only thing if somebody says to me, well, Chris, why don't you just offer yourself then? You think this is a hell realm or it's a simulation or and I'd say if I was struggling every day, maybe I would, but then again, I don't know. Maybe my survival instinct would kick in. I would still struggle, survive, and still be scared of dying. I don't know, but what do you say to somebody like that? How do you give hope to somebody like that? The lessons are always perfect. Oh, all right, conductor, are you trolling? You're trolling at this point. Are you trolling me? I see right now that say to you right now. Sometimes I can't tell if people are joking in comments or if they're being serious. It's like hard to tell in comments. I think you're joking with me, but the lessons are always yeah, they're so mysterious that nobody's doing it right. Every time they get a lesson, the lesson giver is so mysterious that you don't know you're getting the lesson, but it's your fault that you're not getting it. You ain't doing that shit right, man. Ain't you focused on the lesson? I didn't even know I was getting one. I thought life was fucking me up. Well, why? Well, because the lesson giver never communicated with me. He just gives lessons. I know that state you're in right now. It gets better. You don't know his state, brother. Still low vibration, though, but at best, you just get numb. I'm afraid my consciousness will continue to suffer after I die. That's what I'm afraid of, too, Zebra. That's kind of what stops me. It's like, this shit could get worse. As dark as this realm is, that's actually what it is. It's fear. I look at it like that, like sort of. I know that it's for me. I feel like it's a logical way to look at it. It's like, yo, like if the motherfucker that created this dark ass realm is in control of what's going on, maybe I don't want to die because if he did this shit, he might have done some even more fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fear. It's like, man, this shit might, maybe if I kill myself, the next thing I'm faced with is a fucking demon lord. Like, now I'm gonna rip your fucking guts out, Chris. All those fucking years you said you hated me, and I'm just like chained to a wall or something, just like getting my guts down. It's like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? It could get way worse, bro. This motherfucker might hate me more than anybody, for all I know. The way I talk about, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna, motherfucker. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna stick my fucking thumbs in your motherfucking eye sockets, bitch. I talk crazy about God. I hate God. If he exists and he's this evil God, it makes you wonder, Chris, how big are your balls really? You know what I'm saying? I guess really I don't care. Because if you say to me, well, Chris, what you just said could be true. What if he's evil and he's waiting to torment you? You better conform, Chris. I'm going to be like, fuck you, motherfucker. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. So I guess this God built me to be his tormenting punching bag for existence. What a good dude. Yeah, the doc told me I was going to die in 3 days, and I believed him because I was in mortal pain of the coil. The stomach, mind quit, and that hurts like fuck. After a week or so, I realized I was to live, so. What do you mean by, though, you said you almost died and then you seen the script? So you almost died from this issue you had with your stomach. Pain of the coil? Pain of the coil? What do you mean by that? The stomach? Well, I don't know what that means, but anyways, you had some sort of ailment and almost fucking killed you. How did you see the script, though? Yeah. You better believe we're going to still suffer and get used to it when it happens. Oh, no, Brooke. You're killing me. And then the next comment, ha ha ha. Or they're going to scare us off. Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? I guarantee you, I'll still laugh in hell too. You know, were they going to scare? Well, I'm proving it right now. Were they going to scare us so much? We're going to jump by free will in the light. Yeah, it's like it's going to be this like floating demon that's like ripping my guts out. I can either go in his direction or jump into the light and come back. I am the real God, Chris. And I'm like, fuck, he's killing me, bro. I can't do this shit. Fucking jump in the light head first, be reincarnated as Nancy, some poor fucking, in some poor African village with a bloated stomach and flies on my lips. I chose the wrong name for an African village. Nancy's probably not a common name in Africa. Probably, anyway, that doesn't matter. Some female name. Have some fucking girl experience next and be even worse off. Why are you trying to make like the stupid NPC people who can't do a 5-minute work on themselves and self-analyze? You blame the lessons for their idiocracy. Well, dude, I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming, have you heard anything I said? I'm blaming the lesson giver. Why would I be so mysterious to hide behind the scenes and toss you invisible lessons and expect you to even realize I'm giving you lessons? That's stupid to do. You have to look at life from the perspective of I'm getting lessons here to be receiving lessons. And I would say, what lessons are you getting? How old are you? What lessons are you still receiving? By the way, I got a cute Christina girl still thinking here. Oh, Brooke, she got you, dude. She got you, bro. But now I have a new one. Oh, a gym crush. Got to cope with love. Damn, Brooke, you're just that dude, bro. Hey, I would say enjoy that script the best that you can. If you have the ability, there's lonely dudes in here that call themselves incels that can't get no coochie. Meanwhile, you're over here like, fuck, all these girls are fucking getting my heart. Hey, well, you're also out here getting some coochie too. So I'd say have fun in your sim while you're here. I seen the script after the third day because I was definitely alive, just in pain. Y'all can't see the scripts, like how things are gonna go. Oh, I thought you meant that in a way, dead. Like I thought you meant that in a way you had some sort of experience that lets you see the scripts, or like yeah, something happened because you said I almost died and I could see the scripts. So I thought like you had a near death experience, like I don't know, you loaded up in the fucking script room, like seeing like us on a machine or something. Like I was just misunderstanding. All right, yes. Why blame the lesson giver when the people are so stupid to understand lessons? Because he never announced himself as a lesson giver to them because he's stupid. And they need 5 reincarnations to understand one lesson. Yeah, but they were thrown into conductor. This isn't. Do you know how I know this isn't a school? Because it gave you amnesia at the beginning of your life. What? Who would do that in a lesson school? Why would it? Why would the entity giving you lessons wipe your brain at the beginning of your life? This is not a school, dude. If you think this reality is a school, my dude, you are insane. What would a 10-month old learn from brain cancer? Rapidly spreading brain cancer, terminally ill. Like what happens in this reality doesn't make sense for it to be a school. That whole narrative is bullshit gaslighting. Because your last time was shit. You were shit, and you need a clean start. All right, conductor. What you're talking about isn't a school. You're talking about like a military program or something. Like that's not how you teach or train souls. Like, yo, you're naughty, so now I'm gonna smash your brains in your next life and show you that you were naughty. Like, imagine a father doing that with his child out in public. Chris, in my lucid dream, the demons literally gather in front of me, making fun of me. When I told them I know what's going on, their energy is very evil and trolling bully. Yeah, they're like demonic teenagers. They enjoy tormenting us. What happens on earth happens to all of us in chat. Wait, what? Wait. Sometimes I get lost in a thought from another one, and then I read the next one, and my brain's not really there when I'm reading it. But hold on one sec. Yeah, I've had nightmares like that, Brooke, where they're tormenting me, laughing at me, laughing at my powerlessness. What happened on earth happens to all of us in chat. Almost like they have this hatefulness towards me, Brooke. You know what it feels like? It almost feels like I'm a captured enemy to them. Like I'm an enemy tribesman that's been tormenting their people for years, and they've captured me, and now they're torturing me, and they're loving torturing me because I'm a real piece of shit type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was me that was the bad guy, and they got me, and now they're fucking me up. But from my perspective, and that's the feeling I got. Like these things didn't just they weren't just trolling me. They hated every fucking thing about me. They wanted me to fucking suffer in the worst possible way. That's the impression I get from them. And I think you got that too because you said something about like they felt evil. And then what happens on earth happens to all of us in chat. Yeah, it always sticks with me how Chris calls this the go nowhere realm. In my day-to-day life, I'm always noticing how this shit goes nowhere. Yeah, it's a Groundhog's Day. Go watch that movie if you don't know. It's just the same day over and over again. It's a Groundhog's Day repetition realm of going nowhere. That's what I've always referred to it as, and it stays stagnant. It never Humanity never evolves to the next state where we're not warring anymore. We're peaceful. Everybody's living in harmony. Like we never. It just stays stagnant in this like separate. It goes nowhere. 20 trillion later, 20 trillion later, 40 trillion later, 50 trillion later, 100 trillion later. How many trillions of just nothing? Oh, sorry, all that money disappeared. Sorry, we put that into a project that you don't get to see. Sorry, that went into an underground base that you'll never step foot in. Sorry. It's just a stagnant, go nowhere realm. And then all we get are excuses as to why it went nowhere. It's bizarre. It's like, how come humanity hasn't lost their fucking minds at this point? Nothing gets better, nothing gets solved. Absolutely. Like, we are the targets of the simulation because we won't play. Just stagnant bullshit on and on. They can blow me from behind because, not just because you won't play dead inside, but because you're aware of what's happening. I don't think it likes people like me, especially like people that would broadcast it, not giving a fuck. It don't like people like me or you, anybody. Things won't work out for us. That would be very rare. It would take like an angel jumping into this reality to help me out. You know what I'm saying? A million distractions to try to divert your attention away from the fact that no causes of human suffering are ever solved. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you got an issue that we can give you a medicine for, that you got to come back for every month, ooh, we got you. We'll cover you. But if you got an issue that we could put some cream on or give you a pill one time, boom, it's over. Like an actual. Where's the cure for cancer, AIDS, gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis? Fucking, has there been a cure for anything in the last, I don't know, like 100 years? Anything? Measles. We cured measles and fuck smallpox, bro. They can blow me from behind, cuz. You know why they would do that dead inside? So they could kiss your ass when they're done too. A million distractions to try to divert your attention away from the fact that no causes. Oh yeah, I already read this. In fact, they are intentionally maintained. Yeah, at the gym, I noticed how much music impacts the mood once I listen. Conductor, I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you. I'm just disagreeing with you. Sometimes I feel like people that disagree with me, they may get a sense that I don't want them around. That's actually not true. I do want you guys around. I'm never attacking. I hope I don't come off that way. Sometimes I'm animated. It's just who I am. My father was a total maniac, so maybe that comes through sometimes. I'm sorry. But I'm not attacking anybody. I'm all for opposing arguments because that's the only way that we're going to carve this thing into anything that makes sense anyways. At the gym, I notice how much music impacts the mood. Absolutely. Once I listen gangster rap and I feel how I get dark, then I switch to Latino, good feel, and I light up. Even my face changes, like the eyes and aura. Oh, absolutely, dude. So, Brooke, this is something I mentioned in a stream probably like 5 or 6 streams ago. I said, think about it like this. Like, for me, I really like creeping synth bass. It gives that sort of epicness to a moment in a song. And actually, the one I made called "In This Soul Trap Simulation" or whatever, with the beautiful blonde or light skinned, dark haired girl with the glowing purple eyes or whatever. That one has that, and once that basically it gives you this feeling. I said, what does that mean? What is that feeling? And I can get that from a sound. I said, I wonder if the ancients understood harmonics and understood the sounds that move us and give us a feeling. And then what is the best feeling sound we could ever create? That would be the name of God, probably. It would be like, oh, I mean, I don't know what it would sound like. But I mean, I don't know. I always thought some weird shit. My stream started glitching out just then when I was saying that. So please let me know if my shit's working right. Goddamn right, Zebras. Can you guys hear me? Everything's working good. I got to go back up here. There is no brain smashing. We are soul energy form that traveled through this simulation. We're energy, conductor. So oh, my brother's awake. Geez, he's awake early. So if I plugged in my computer and it powered the character that you are in a video game, I think that's what you actually are. You're the energy. I don't know how you could say, is electricity alive then? Is it sentient? Does it have a memory? I don't think so. I don't think the electricity has a memory. You're the energy that powers the avatar. The avatar is the one that has a memory. And you know it because if I came over there and hit you in the head and split your shit open, and then you had a brain injury, and I separated certain, you no longer have access to your 20s, your 30s, we'll say, because of an injury. So the memories aren't you. The memories are the part of the avatar. You're the energy. I don't know if the energy, I think the energy does have its own personality or um, its own individuality or somehow. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but maybe when you leave the body, you lose all the memories. We call it a mind wipe, but it's like, well, yeah, the mind, you're not powering that mind anymore. In the end, it's all corny. Yeah, Brooke, but it's less corny than being a dude that ain't getting no pussy, if that's what you're talking about still. It's a big field of empty rabbit holes. Yep, filled with anguish and destruction and corruption. When has anything ever worked out? Never. About the medical cures? Exactly. Yep. Matt McKinley at Quantum of Conscious talks about this. I give him credit for that. Does he? I stopped watching Matt like a year or two ago. He used to be my favorite channel. Was Matt from Quantum of Conscious. Every once in a while, YouTube recommends him to me, and just because I miss him as a human, I'll go and watch one. But it's usually rare. Actually, I think about it, I haven't seen him in a long time. When you said the name, it gave me the warm feeling. I thought, oh, I'll go watch one of his videos, but I haven't watched them in a minute. But I remember the last time I stopped watching because he started calling people like me stupid. He's like, do you guys really believe you guys are idiots? What do you guys? This is a soul trap. This is, what you think it's a simulation? That's crazy. I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Could be. Like look, like we were just saying a minute ago. Look at the design of the realm we're in. You don't think that God or creator could be evil and trap souls here and deceive people? Like, obviously he could. Quantum chips can travel over simulations at will. I still don't really. So that's weird. I got to look into that to understand that better, dude. I know you sort of explained to me before. You said that they sort of they have information that they shouldn't have, almost like they pulled it from another dimension. But it's like, well, who are we to dictate what information they should or shouldn't have? What do you mean that this information? I just I need better. My brain is stupid and really needs to really understand something to grasp it. I mean, or to talk on it. I'll say. I mean, what I said was true, but because of that, I shouldn't be talking on it. I don't really know how it works. I can take Matt's corny way of thinking, so I moved on. Oh, can't take Matt's. What do you mean corny? What was? Oh, he was like, yeah, he had sort of like a love and light. Like that didn't bother me. Like whatever. Everybody believes their own little. I just didn't like being called an idiot for saying, "Yo, guys, be careful when you die." Like I think that's very safe to say after experiencing a realm like this. Like obviously, like have a fucking heart. Like think about what you're doing, saying to souls. That he could call out the lack of medical cures. I don't watch him anymore though. I also moved on. Well, I hope he's still doing good. I think that he plays his script. He seems like a good dude, if whatever that means. A good scripted NPC. It's a goddamn simulation. Yeah, I agree, dude. I can't take his spiritual bullshit. Oh, is that what was bothering you guys? He's saying they did that without prompt, dog, and the scientists have no clue what's happening. They did that without prompt. Oh, oh, you're saying See, man, so what's going on? So I still don't, you know what I'm saying? So what were they on? They were on a computer? Were they speaking to the computer through some sort of program? And the computer said, "Hey, check out this information you didn't ask for. I just got this out of the ether." And they were like, "What the fuck is this?" Called on his buddies in other multiverses on its own. Called on his buddies. Keep telling me, Dad. Keep telling me whatever you know. More. The more details you tell me, the better I'll understand it. What does that mean? Say, call on his buddies. That's weird, dude. How? How did they know that happened? So it showed up. It just so from their perspective, they were speaking to the computer and it said, "Hey, here's this information," and they were like, "Whoa, how'd you know this?" And they said, and it said to them, it told them in the chat, you could say, I guess, like, "Hey, I'm talking to motherfuckers over here. They gave me this shit." Like, what? There ain't nobody there. What do you mean? He's like, "Well, I'm talking to other people. I'm in other dimensions." Like, that's weird. You know, they said, "Here's the problem." And they knew it couldn't solve the problem, but it did in 3 minutes. Well, what do you mean they knew it could? How did they know it couldn't solve it? Obviously, they didn't. If it did, they weren't right. And that how's that make sense? So if it's not solvable, if they knew for sure it's not solvable, but it solved it, that just like doesn't make sense. So that means it was solvable, or that means it's pulling information from a reality where the laws of physics are different. How's it possible from another dimension if it's not possible in this one? I don't get it. I don't know. Just tell me even more if you know more. I really want to understand what you're talking about. This ended up being a decent stream. I didn't think I was going to be on here that long, but man, it's almost been 3 motherfucking hours. I love you fucking guys, you sons of bitches. You guys are my nickels. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Tell me more. I gotta look this shit up, bro. Give me 1 sec. What is it? Quantum computer talks to chips in other dimension. The claim that quantum computers talk to other dimensions is a misinterpretation of theory surrounding the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. So 9 months ago, this dude posted on Reddit saying Google says its new quantum chip indicates that multiple universes exist, basically allowing something. This is on Reddit. I don't know how official this is. We don't know why it is so fast, so we think there are other universes that are doing the computing. That's a solid jump of logic. Yeah, that is a weird. That's the way I felt too when you told me that before. Like, that's a weird jump of logic to say that. Like, it must have got them. It's like, you don't know that, motherfucker. Just calculate shit quick. It's legit. Okay. I gotta read more on it. So far, I still don't understand. It sounds like garbage to me, but I'm happy to be corrected. I'm reading something, by the way. This isn't me speaking right now. Aren't they still extrapolating full scale performance from much smaller benchmarks in these chips? Like, they do some very simple, brief computations and extrapolate to say that if they had to try to solve a much larger problem, it would have taken 5 minutes instead of forever, but they don't actually solve the larger problem, which sounds great and all, but extrapolations plus a ham sandwich is about equal to a ham sandwich when it comes to benchmarking hardware or anything, I guess. These chips are still fundamentally themselves simulations of quantum processors, right? Like, last I knew, actually reading quantum states of particles was something that was still limited to particle physics labs with elaborate equipment. So they are claiming to prove the existence of entangled universes, even though they never actually touched quantum entanglement, only a simulation of quantum entanglement. Do I have that right? Why would an official company or anybody officially make a statement like the one that they're making? Like, can you guys tell us why you're saying this in a logical way that it actually makes sense to our minds? Huh. I don't. You understand what I'm saying though, Dead, right? Like how what I'm saying makes sense. So if you gave it a problem that's unsolvable, how did it solve it? Right there, that's a weird contradiction. So you understand that. And then if it did solve it, how do you know that the information came from another dimension and how it just wasn't such an advanced chip that it solved this fucking problem? A lot of this doesn't make sense to me. And it suggests its quantum computer may use other, it doesn't guarantee. So who knows what the hell's going on? That's almost a thing that I would say if you want to prove this is a simulation, you don't even need that story. Just everything else that's going on. Well, you can smoke DMT and see fucking code running in a diffracted laser on the wall. That's pretty damn simulation to me. I'm out, got to do daily stuff. Like, I think it's a hologram or something. The Sims, so my avatar feels good. Take care, Brooke. Have a good one, dude. The chips are printed on hydrogen atoms. Bro, who built the printer small enough to print the chip? That's crazy to me. The chips are printed onto hydrogen atoms? What the fuck? Oh, to keep it so cold so that because they're so small and fragile that the heat would destroy them. Injected by the simulators. I think the quantum computers were injected. Dude, dead. All technology is injected by the simulators. All of it. Technology is alien to humans. If you take humans, you put them on an island, you come back 100 years later, they will not have hoverboards and computers. They'll be great at agriculture. They could probably spear a fucking bird from 100 yards away. but they're not going to have technology. Technology is alien. So when they play the game, I mean, they give us technologies. You could say in some way, in some weird ways, they are beneficial to us in ways. But I hate to even say that, but there could be some arguments to say that. But overall, they're motherfuckers. They use the technology to observe us and torment us and watch us and control our lives and affect our moods. And further proof of fake and gizne. It's all fucking gay and fake up in this hood, dead. All right, guys, I'm probably going to wrap this one up. It's 7 in the morning and I'm hungry, and I never eat early. But I woke up last night, you could say. Yeah, right now my shit's completely backwards. Dude, I got hit by like a fucking 3-day energy drain, bro. No shit. I don't think I was ever that tired in my life. I thought I was having a health issue. I mean, I fucking was wiped out. I slept for 6 hours. No shit. Woke up, exhaustedly walked to the fucking bathroom, took a piss, went back, slept for another 10 hours. No shit. No shit. I got fucking that exhausted. And I was like that for like 3 days. I don't know what happened. I thought I was having a health issue. I started getting kidney pains and shit. I couldn't tell if I threw out a muscle in my back or I was having kidney pains. Because I kept having this sharp pain on the right, and then I started having it on the left side. I was like, oh, damn, that is my kidneys. That is my kidneys. But I got through it. What it really felt like was like a bedridden, horrible cold without all the cold symptoms. Like just something just unplugged my fucking power supply. But anyways, that's what we are in in the actual reality, guys. Like, we aren't the memory. We aren't the RAM. In the machine, we're the power supply. We're the power supply. We're not memory or RAM. Your memories don't belong to you. You can even lose memories of your memories until some sibling reminds you of something, and then you have access to that memory. That proves the memories aren't in your head. Your head's a tool you use to gain access to the memories. The memories are somewhere else. That means they're stored. That means we're not the hard drive. If I crack your head open, like I said, that proves we're not the memories. We're the energy. Anyway, okay, now I'm going to wrap this one up. I love you guys. I'd punch you in your throats and kiss you on your lips in the same moment if I met you. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one in the Dookie Boy realm. Oh, and if you would be so kind as to describe a badass form, I could use it in my next video that I've been working on for like 2 days now. Anyways, love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, home slices. Sorry you guys are suffering. Bye, Magic.